Rose. Oh, on. Mhm. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, Shalom. We got the Hebrew Israelites, the Lions Den Camp, come out every week to prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom and also the ushering in of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. All right. But before we do so, we will give praises to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. All right. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Say, Kal,
Cow.
Alayim,
A lion.
La,
La.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Hashem,
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
Hashem,
Bahashem.
Ha,
Ha.
Rakah,
Rakah.
Wadash,
Wadash.
Ma'amah.
Mama.
All right, double honor to the elder apostles, the GMS and the elders, and shalom to you, Akim, and Akbat and the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right. Now, got a lot going on in the world right now as far as the prophecies, like Ezekiel 38, things leading up to Jeremiah 50. But in the midst of all hell breaking loose, like for instance, the other day, I think I just saw it before I came out here. They said Germany and France are ready to push back against NATO and America.
Hmm.
And, so that's part of all those nations turning against America. All right, that goes in Ezekiel 38. Let's go ahead and change course. We'll lead into the other one though. Let's go to like Revelation where it say you shall hate the whore. Yeah, that one. We can start from 1 and then go that skip down to that. All right. So on. Yeah, because all hell is breaking loose, and these people still sleep in La La Land.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah. Then you got Halloween coming up that they're about to celebrate, and then you got the corporations pushing this Halloween spirit so they can make all the money off these people. They ain't even doing it early. What's today? The 29th. So the past few days, all you've been seeing people in costumes giving out candy. All right. It'll start at 1. Just kind of build a, starting off real quick. Revelation 17. Yep. Go ahead, bro. And then we're gonna skip down.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials,
All right, it gets too loud. Just move in a little bit.
which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee, Salakia, the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right, the judgment of the great whore that's sitting upon many waters, that's ruling over many nations. All right, the waters are the nations, and peoples, and tongues. And that whore is talking about is America. Okay, go ahead.
It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Right, so all the nations around the world, they bought into that dollar system. All right, that the industrial revolution. They bought into that idolatry and what you would call the business that America is pushing, their policies, their demonocracy. All right, so they could become a rich nation. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, they've been drunken. So all the inhabitants of the earth have been drunken with the wine, meaning the philosophies and the doctrine that they pushed to America. All right, and they've been drunken with it. So our people are part of that. Our people are still drunken off the wine. All right, so can we read that again? Yep, go on. Yep, right there.
This is back at Revelation chapter 17, verse 2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication,
Right.
and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, man. So, yep, they all took part in it. They've all fell under that deception. You got all these nations, a lot of nations celebrating this damn Hallows Eve, Halloween, which is called Samhain. All right. All these different holidays, they call it the holiday season. They're all in cahoots together. making money off the people. All right, go. You got a precept real quick.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Right, so therefore the nations are mad, meaning they done lost their damn mind. All right, somebody brought that out the other day and they said, therefore the nations are angry. That's not what that means. All right, the nations became fooled through that dollar. People like places like Russia, China. All right, they got rich off of America, but then they became what? Greedy. They became part of they're going to drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh that's going to be poured out on America. So they're going to take part in that destruction. Just like they taking part in pushing the philosophies. There you go. The spirit that leaped out of the mouth of the dragon. What's that? Revelations 16. Come on, brother. All right, and that's what they're pushing, the philosophies, man. It comes from Europe. Just like these holidays that they celebrate, these Celtic holidays. All right, it comes from Europe. What they call it? All Saints Day,
Hmm.
the Day of the Dead. Go ahead, Doc.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Right, there you go. So out of the mouth of the dragon, out of Europe, you know, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, out of what? The Catholic Church. And the word Catholic Church just means universal. All right. So came out of what came out of the Catholic Church? All your damn world religions. What came out of the banking system? Most of the corporations and the insurance companies, you know, and even some of the courts. All of that stuff comes from Europe. So through the corporations, you get them pushing the religious system altogether, which would lead you to these holidays where they make money off of it. All right, the corporations get rich. That's why they have it when you work in a department store. They have you change it out according to the seasons. One season they selling Christmas stuff, and they say they gotta get that out of there. Now they're changing. They selling Halloween, you know, New Year's Eve or whatever. It's all about money. All right, go ahead, brother. So
Verse
that's
14.
part of the spirits that they're pushing, man. The idolatry, the drunkenness. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 14. For they are the spirits of devils,
You have spirit of deception. You know. Go ahead, brother.
working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty.
That's what this is all leading up to, man. Them trying to push for their fourth industrial revolution, so where they go to a digital system and they do away with the old revolution, their old system. You know, this is going to take a world war to where they want to depopulate the earth and bring in a satanic order. All right, so now let's get to the point. Let's go back to where we was at. Somebody read.
This is back in Revelation chapter 17. Start back at verse 2.
Right, yeah, 'cause that's part of the drunkenness, the philosophies that they're pushing through America on the rest of the world through their dollar, through their media, through Hollywood, which is what the same stick that they had with Harry Potter, the witch's stick. All right, the warlocks. Go ahead, brother.
This is back in Revelation chapter 17, verse 2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, they've been toxic. They've been made toxic as well. So they're going to take part in the wrath that the Lord has coming to this place. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 3. No, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Light bulbs firing off.
Yeah, because if you think about how going into Halloween, what do? They dress up in certain things. They go door to door asking for gifts. And what do? They give it to them. That's the same thing this whole system did up to these nations to get their resources using the dollar. So they disguise the dollar and they use the dollar to go door to door to these nations to gather all their resources.
Yeah.
And all their goodies.
Yep, and Halloween goes back to the 1600s. All right, that's the farthest it goes back as far as the European way of celebrating it.
Right.
And before that, it goes back to Elam. And them Persians called Samhain. All right? But, huh? You got it? So, yeah, man. Somebody read? Can you skip down real quick?
16.
Yeah, because you got all hell breaking loose, war breaking out, rumors of wars. You got one. You got y'all funny, man. like with the military or something, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Revelation 17 and 16. This is, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate.
There you go, man. The 10 horns, man. All right, 7 heads, 10 horns, and one of those horns is France. All right, and one of those horns is just joined up with Germany,
Ooh.
and they're talking about pushing back against America. And this was like this yesterday. All right, so the prophecies are breaking out now. And what they're gonna do? He said they're gonna do what?
It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
They're gonna hate the whore, man. See that? They're gonna show their hatred towards this place. Go ahead.
It says, and shall make her desolate.
So they're stripping America of all its riches. See, before, if you go up a few verses, it says she was decked in what? Purple. It says something. She was wearing purple, scarlet. It might be on that back page, the other page. It's towards the top of the verse. I think like third verse.
Verse 3.
Verse 3, right? Yeah, come on. Go ahead, real quick.
Revelation 17 and verse 3.
Right, so through Europe, they dressed, and what's that? So they basically gave her a false identity. They dressed her in royalty, gave her a president, a mouth speaking great things, you know, and military and courts and everything. And all that stuff is operating under de facto. Meaning, go ahead, bro.
Revelations chapter 17 and verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
There you go, man. All right, a red beast, a red, wild, uncontrollable system that's created by man, and that man is talking about Esau. All right, that was it, brother. So they dressed. They said dressed in purple and scarlet, right?
The woman sit upon a scarlet
Number
colored
two.
beast.
All right, go ahead, keep going. Yeah, number 4, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Yep.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Right, she was dressed in purple, meaning representing royalty, meaning they exalted America. All right, go ahead. Made her the world reserve currency, the top leading nation, the hammer of the earth.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color,
Right.
and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Right, it wasn't established by Moab. It wasn't established by Ishmael. It was established by those Edomites, red, scarlet. All right, go ahead. It was made royalty on the earth, called the United States. You know, all right, that was it on that. First of all, let's go right down. Where you at?
This is back at Revelation. Well, this is,
So now they're stripping America of those riches, and that's what we're seeing the process of.
this is back at Revelation 17 and 16. This is, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Right, one of those horns is talking about France. Somebody get Ezekiel 38. Let's go down to where it say Persia and all that. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, go ahead.
And it says, and these shall hate the whore,
Yep.
and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
There you go. They're eating up. What you say? The mirth of the land is gone, and they're gonna eat up that old American spirit. That's why you get Trump and them saying make America great again, because what they moved to a new world order. All right, they're still in the spirit out of this place that they tried to establish it.
I got an objection, but you want Ezekiel 38 first.
Yep. So they're gonna what? They're gonna strip her and then they're gonna burn her with fire, man. All right. So they're gonna be a part of that. And one of those nations is France. Look at Ezekiel 38 real quick.
This is Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord came to me.
Now it's happening. You know, Turkey, France. You know.
Ezekiel 38 1. And the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog,
Down to where it said Persia.
I jumped that down there.
Yeah.
All right. This verse 4, it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
Right. So basically, Russia. It's talking about Russia being the nation that's helping to secure and to establish the proxy nations, the weaker nations like North Korea, giving them missile shields and missiles. Or what they call them? I don't know the name of their fucking missiles though. X-600, some shit. They got all kind of names, man.
Yeah.
But China and them, they all passing around missile technology. Just like over in Russia, Russia didn't have the ability to use drones at the same time. They would send out drones, then they had to bring the drones down and then send out missiles. Or they'll bring the missiles and then they'll send out jets. So they can't do it all at once like America can. But now you got Iranian drones over there.
Yep.
So that's balancing out. And you got Chinese technology.
And also, Iran, not only did they send drones, they sent 2 types of different missiles over there.
Yep.
That were upgraded from the versions that Russia had, so they can use all them shits at the same time.
Yeah, he call those the arrows. They call those arrows too.
Yeah.
All right, so all this is breaking out, but you still got Jake with the head up the damn bottom, man. You know, celebrating this damn what you would call wicked holidays that they celebrate. Go ahead,
Verse 5.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Just like me and the brother were just speaking on, it's gonna be, it's the power and the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because it's gonna be real precise. Because like you're speaking, Iran is taking their part of the body as far as doing the drones, and then you got Russia doing their part as far as the military might. You got Chinese financiers, and America trying to do everything all at once with the hands of their backing, but it's a clusterfuck here. So just being, they're going to be more strategic and more in order, man. Like the elders putting in perspective.
Right.
Everybody having their own duty, but the guard to them all is going to be Russia, the bear being enough.
That's right, brother. Joel 1:15. Alas, for that day is for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. It ain't gonna just be something simple. It's gonna be from the Almighty, And when the Lord destroys, man, He destroys utterly. Just like He destroyed us off our land for not listening. During the times of Jeremiah. All right, let's keep going, man, before I get off track. Where was that? Ezekiel, real quick. Yep.
Ezekiel 38:5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya.
Right, Persia, which is what? Iran, Libya. We know what's up with Libya. Look what they did to Gaddafi. All right, go ahead. And the Kurds and them. The Kurds was part of Libya too. They the ones that's suffering around the Euphrates. You got Turkey cutting off the water of the Euphrates River from the north, trying to bring famine and drought to the Kurds in the south.
All right, so Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets.
Right, so they're gonna be fully equipped with new technology, AI technology, missile defense shields, everything, man. Fully equipped, right? Drones, robots, and shit.
It says, Gomar and all his bands,
Yep.
the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee.
Right, so Gomer and you said Togomar, right?
Huh.
So Gomer and Togomar, that leads you into what? France and also Turkey, northern Turkey. Now you got France stepping up to the plate, joining up with Germany. All of a sudden. And then you got northern Turkey. I forgot his name, man. It's something Shaban, Esteban, Erdogan. Erdogan, the president over there, man. All right, he's talking about turning against America and joining up with Russia.
That's the president of Germany.
The president of Turkey.
And Germany, pretty much, even though they're a part of NATO, they're a NATO ally. They're getting ready to pull away.
They're ready to pull away.
As well.
They're ready to pull away. Yep. And Erdogan, man. That's Turkey right there. Istanbul.
I got a little bit of
Yep.
article I want to bring out and read a little bit.
Yeah, just real quick. I don't want to lose the topic.
Oh, okay. It says, Iran is now at war with Ukraine. It says, for the first time, Iran is involved in a major war on the European continent. Iranian military advisors, most likely members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, are on the ground in occupied Ukraine and possibly Belarus to help Russia rain down deadly Iranian kamikaze drones on Ukrainian cities and civilians' infrastructure.
Yeah, Rain in the battle. They're in the battle now. Battle of Armageddon. You know, Armageddon, the gathering of troops. All right. Where was that?
We just finished up Ezekiel.
And, somebody else read something?
Revelation 16.
I got
17 and 16.
You read that one. Yeah, go ahead. Let's free stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
So where we left off in Revelations, these shall turn and hate the whore and burn her with fire and make her desolate. And you're witnessing this happen right now. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come, and the last point you made wasn't from that. It said they're stripping her naked.
Okay.
All right, it says Isaiah 47 and 1. Come and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right. A pure branch and daughter of ancient Babylon. That's America. All right. A place of traffic and whoredom, just like the ancient Babylon. You know, created by the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans being the modern day magi or the elite bankers, which represent the damn wizards.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
That's right, man. Yep. So these nations, they're looking at America for the horror that it is.
Hmm.
You know, that skirt's been lifted up. They see all the sickness of this place, the backdoor policies, and that's why they're breaking off all the deals with America. They see the attacks through the sanctions that America using with the dollar. So now they're finding a way out of that. All right. They're seeing that their debt is increasing by dealing with America. They're seeing that America's going to war with them. Every move that America makes is being revealed. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2, it says, take the millstones and grind meal.
Right, so that means America's falling and collapsing right before everybody's eyes. There you go. Yep.
Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river.
Right, so that goes into what we were just reading in Revelation 17, where her being dressed with purple and scarlet. Now, that's like a woman being riding upon a scarlet colored beast. Now she got to come down off that beast and work just like the rest of the slaves. Now she got to walk through the mud. Like we said, like Harriet Tubman would go through the water. Now America got to get that low. And cover up her leg, pull her leg skirt like this, and come down off the horse, unwrap her head, you know. She got to get down, get dirty. Becoming a third world nation, a third world country. Yep. So that's what the Lord doing first, weakening this place. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Yep. So it's like a woman having to go through the water like this. The hard time. What's that? Affliction. Adversity.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
That's right, man. They see it too in the world. All the nations see it. They're like, oh shit. Yeah, they struggling over there. Look at Biden. They seeing that. They mocking him. Look at the world leaders. Look at America's leaders, man. And they see the division too.
God.
Go ahead, brother.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, man. So the Lord is bringing vengeance to this place, man. His name is Yahushua. He's not going to meet this place as a man. He's coming as a mighty angel now. And we're seeing that the Lord is kindling the fire before he shows up. All right. Just like a lion would meet you and tear you to pieces, he's not going to meet you as a man trying to shake your hand, you know? All right. And talk to you. All right. Go ahead, brother. So, go ahead.
This is wisdom.
You got something too?
Oh, no.
Let's not go to the back one yet.
Okay, no, I was going to another.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We can run all of them.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 5. It says, horribly and speedily shall he come upon you for a sharp judgment.
Right, just like a lion. All right, speedily. Go ahead.
It says, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places.
Yep, and that's what we're battling against. Wickedness in high places. All of these elites, you know, especially over here in America, these celebrities, man, that's acting as a priest and preparing the table for those damn devils. You know, setting everything up, setting traps for them. Just like yeah. So go ahead.
God, it says for mercy.
All these damn witches out here, warlocks. Exactly. All these tarot card readers.
It says for mercy will some pardon the meanest, but the mighty men shall be mightily tormented.
There you go, man. Yep. The mighty men. What's that? Their troops, their armies, their police, departments. You know, Jake that's going to jail, getting tormented, and getting their ass kicked in there. All right. That was it. All right, go ahead, brother.
Revelation 18 already.
No, we ain't read that. Go ahead, though. Yeah, we good.
It's Revelation 18:7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, who judgeth her.
There you go. And that's the heart. That's the mirth of this place. That's the mindset of America. That's going to be forever. You know, that it will never end. That is going to withstand the time or anything like the Titanic. But look what happened to the Titanic. It sunk. You know, and they thought they had that dollar in place, like nothing would change.
Hey, the spirit that the Lord put in those individuals while the Titanic was still falling. As it was falling, they still was
So
playing the flutes and act like nothing going on.
you can.
Like they're not getting ready to perish.
All right, yo, go ahead, brother. You got one? Hey, just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Go ahead, brother. You got one. It's just loud on the mic. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 3. It says, a man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. So a man is not going to be established by wickedness. This place was very much established by wickedness. Esau has reached the status that he has reached by wickedness. You're not going to be established by that. And that also means for this country, because this country has been established on wickedness. So guess what? It's not going to be an established, meaning it's not going to last. It's not going to stay around for long. Only the righteous will be solidified and concrete and never ever be moved.
Any more precepts? More precepts?
I got one.
Go ahead.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame.
There you go, man. All right. So just like the Lord said he gonna do to our women, he's gonna discover their skirts or their secret parts, meaning he's gonna strip them naked. All right. And that's what he's doing to America. Stripping America of all its defenses, all of its walls, so it can't hide anything. All right. It's fully exposed to the nations, man. And all the nations see it. That's Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's get that real quick. And then we're going to move forward. How long shall this be? That which is not his. Yep, let's start from there.
All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right, that's America saying they're not going to sit as any widow. They thought everything was going to be in place. They thought the powers of Europe would always protect them. But little did they know that this place is about to be destroyed. All right? The United States will be no more. They did all that fighting, the 13 colonies, to try to build America and establish it, and now they're just going to throw it away. All right? Because it's the Lord's will. Go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 2. And will send unto Babylon fanners, and that shall fan her.
Right. The word fanners means enemies, and the next word fan means to scatter. So these nations, the nations have become enemies now to America, and they're going to scatter this place. Right, brother?
And shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Right. So they're going to empty her land. How? With the missiles. All right. For the day of trouble, see, America's in trouble, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble. And then that's when they're going to be against her round about. It's going to be complete. That ring is going to be complete. And that's what the Lord is building right now, that circle, that besiegement. All right, to besiege means to come against a certain kingdom or nation. All right, go ahead, brother. Precept Diane.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 17. For Yahweh have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
Right, man. So it's not of their own doing. This is all the will of the Father. You know, to give America that power seat, just so the Lord can show his wrath. That's what same way he exalted Pharaoh. You know, Pharaoh thought Egypt thought they would last forever. They built the pyramids, they set everything up, they built canals, streams out in the desert. You know what I mean? They the ones that established that. Then the Assyrians built off of that. That's why everything in Assyria looks just like Egypt. All right? So they thought they were going to last forever, just like they thought Nineveh would last forever. But now look. All right? The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. He ruleth in the kingdom of men. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms chapter 49 and 11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever,
Right.
and their dwelling places to all generations.
Right, because the scriptures say the rich man's wealth and strength is in his strong city. So they build cities, and they're carnal. So they think that's power. Just like Jake, they go down to Egypt for help because of the horses, because there are many. All right, what was that again? They think that their houses and everything they built is going to continue forever. The house of Rothschilds, over there in England. What's their name? The Elizabeth and them.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, the Buckingham Palace. No, man. So they think that's going to continue forever, but it's not. That's just like the United States. What is America? What is America called? America called the house of the thief. All right. Real quick with it. There you go.
This is Proverbs chapter 13. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11.
Yeah, y'all done now here. Right.
It says, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So wealth gotten by vanity is going to be diminished. Esau has gotten his wealth by vanity.
The dollar.
The dollar. So guess what?
Fiat currency. You got fiat currency.
So therefore his wealth is going to be diminished. He's going to lose it.
Right. All those nations over there in the Middle East, they built up the Middle East all the way up until World War II. And then after World War II, America made it their purpose to go over there and steal those resources that they built up, just like they did with us. The Native Americans, just like we did in our land. They came in there and took everything. Look at the Archetytus. So they built up their riches and their blessing. What was the blessing that was given to Esau? To rule with the sword, to gain the fatness of the earth. And they gained it through what? Vanity. Robbing, stealing, killing. Through deception, through the dollar. He said, we ain't got to get it, though. They say kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Righteous dealing.
Yeah, it's unrighteous dealings, man. Yeah, we ain't got to get it, but yeah. And so every deal they made was an unrighteous deal, a Masonic deal, man. All right? So, but the ones that built it up by labor, and that's what we're doing. We're building ours up by labor through the Spirit, right? Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to them, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
There you go. So America has been increasing in riches that don't belong to this place, man. So everybody that's over here, what you get? Blood diamonds. What they do with it? Get five or 20 damn chains around their neck, like Mr. T.
Hmm.
With all these diamonds in their teeth and shit. You know? The dollar. All right? Even the dollar comes from Europe. But they walk around with it on their shoulder like it's a cell phone.
Hmm.
Look at the cars. You know, all the American made cars are going out of business. All right? So everything's imported right now, really, man.
And leave it up to Jake to show the foolishness of the dollar. So they act like fools. All Esau do is set the scene, set the stage. And Jake jumped right out there and act foolish for this dollar, man.
Yeah, yep. Esau built the circus and Jake be the clown.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah,
Yes, no.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. It says, how long to him that ladeth himself with thick clay?
Right, so see, the nations are seeing the shame of this place. And they like, how long? They waiting for it to fall. They're like, how long? The same one that the Lord turned into enemies against the place, man. All right? Just like the Lord raised up enemies against us in our land. It's the power that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is doing this, man. He raised up Nebuchadnezzar and them against us. And what happened? When the Lord raised up Nebuchadnezzar, he told them to start whispering. He said, go to this nation over here, go to this nation, and let them know what I'm about to do to Israel. So why? Because he wanted to put fear in our heart to let us know what he was about to do. So now you're hearing what? Wars and rumors of wars. That's putting fear in America, man. All right? Go ahead, brother.
It says,
It's the power of our God, man, Yahweh.
verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly
Yep.
that shall bite thee?
Right, that's why the Lord said he's going to come as a thief in the night. And they're rising up suddenly. That shall bite thee. All right? All right, go ahead.
And awake that shall vex thee?
Right. If somebody, can somebody get a lexicon? I think bite means to, basically to require their money back. You know? They say that, man, for a loan or something.
Hmm.
What? You see? In the lexicon. Yep.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7.
Yep. So they're all waking up. That's what the Lord said. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the nations, men of war, draw near. So they're all waking up. That's why you got generals like General Armageddon. Who the hell is he? Where the hell he been out? He showed up looking like fucking Dr. Evil. Look like Darth Vader when he took the helmet off on part 1.
Bites.
Creepy, right?
The shock. It says, figuratively to oppress with interest on a loan.
So these nations, they're gonna want their money.
Hmm.
They're gonna say, "Yo, we're done with the dollar. We want our resources back." And what resources they got? Mortgages. What's the other one? Leases. So they're gonna own anything that can be mortgaged or leased. China and Russia, them gonna own it. Anybody that owns the debt. All right. So that means they own this part of the land, that part of the land. So that means they can do with it what they want. What they're gonna do with it? Destroy it.
Hmm.
Hey, example of that is when they used to have those California wildfires, and they'll be like, China owned this part of California, and it's being done on purpose because what they're destroying the land. They run people up out of those residential areas so they can build corporations and stuff up on it.
Yep. The industry. Yep. They do the same thing in Jamaica.
What was it called? Chinese eminence domain?
Yeah.
That's what it was. So all the debt that America, all the money that China loaned America by buying up their debt, right? They had a certain time to pay it back. And if they can't pay it back, they start taking it in default. So what does America do when you default on your house? They take it. The banks own it now. So really now China owns that land now, and the people.
Yep. Because the Federal Reserve had all the debt. And what did they do? They started selling that debt to other nations. All right? Even nations like Iran. So they own part of America's debt.
The same way they do with our debt. Like when
Yeah.
you go to the hospital, you got like some medical debt, but they'll sell it to some other place you ain't never heard of, and you don't got to pay the hospital no more. It's their debt because they bought the debt. It's the same thing with the country. God damn. That's crazy. That's
Right,
crazy.
and they're gonna feel like they own all the birth certificates here, which goes back to them saying they own the people. So that's why you have these corporations trying to find a way to take ownership of the human beings right now. People like Moderna and Pfizer.
It's all going to be done through the fourth industrial revolution.
Right, man. All right. Everybody trying to take claim through information. We've entered the information age. Somebody get that when knowledge is increased? Uncle Shah? Knowledge is increased. Like, I don't know where it's at. But yeah, when knowledge is increased, man. Because that's what they're selling now. They want to sell information. They're moving away from the industrial revolution and they want to move toward the information age, man. But information, even within the body, in the cells and in the mind, that's going to be worth money. How long is this person on the internet? I'll sell that to you through a corporation. You know, so they monitor how long you're on the internet, and they sell that to corporations, saying, "Hey, this person's going to be on the internet, like Facebook. You get on Facebook, Facebook says, yeah, this person gets on the internet at least like once or twice a day, and you can buy that. You know, you catch them with your promotional ad.
That would make those leaders, all right, those globalists like Mark Zuckerberg ahead of the game. All right, they're the first ones to sell that information to these corporations. All right, those corporations being mainly in China, because that's going to take the new global dominance as far as the financial system.
That's why they set up TikTok. TikTok is set up to challenge Google and YouTube. Now they go on TikTok and they look up streets and information. And now you can go on TikTok and upload your videos. So that's China competing with YouTube and Google.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Yeah, come on. So that's what time we in right now. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Right, we're in the end with the time of revelation, where it's all being revealed. Go ahead.
Many shall run to and fro.
Right, many are running to and fro. When did that happen? Really with the ships during the time of the Greeks, when they was building their Library of Alexandria. All right, getting all the information through the Catholic Church, what they call that? The confessionals, which was really a spy movement for the Jesuits. Now they get it through what? All the technology and the internet. All right, and they go to and fro through air, sea, and trains. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
And knowledge shall be increased.
There you go. So the knowledge is increased. That's why you got things like Google. This is the information age, man. That's what's worth money. All right, they're going beyond gold and silver, man. They know that's the Lord's money. All right. They say, well, when we're dead and gone, gold will still be here. So that's the Lord's money. All right. Somebody have precept? Real quick, we start a lesson.
I'll go back to I finish up Habakkuk.
Cool. Yeah. Any precepts? Let me know.
All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee,
Right.
and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Right, man. Yep, they're gonna vex this place. Think they're gonna vex. Yeah, they're gonna vex America, man. And thou shalt be for the taking. Whatever they want to do to this place, the Lord gonna let them do it. All right.
Vex, to move, tremble, vex, to quite be in terror.
There you go. So these nations gonna cause America to be in terror. All right. One more, can you click on booties? That's right, man. All right. So the Lord is putting that fear of these nations on this place.
To plunder, spoil.
Spoil, man. All right. So they're gonna spoil America. You know. All right. Go ahead. Any more precepts? Go ahead, bro.
It's 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 24. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. But the word of the Lord endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. So all this so-called glory, which is really wickedness, that America has built up for themselves, it's all going to fall away. It's all going to just going to wither away. But with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it's everlasting.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Habakkuk 2:8. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the cities, and all that dwell therein.
All right, man. I wish the Lord could have these nations shoot a missile over here right when everybody getting their Halloween costumes. That shit would be so great. They be looking up in that hot ass costume. Okay. See them stuck in that damn costume. Oh, good. Let's go, man.
Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son.
Right, to overcome means to believe in Yahweh Shai and the truth that Yahweh said about his son and endure to the end in that mindset. Go ahead.
But the fearful and unbelieving,
Right, the weak that submit to this system, that submit to the fear button that Esau tried to push, that submit to these false doctrines and Halloween and shit like that. Go ahead.
and unbelieving, and the abominable,
Yep,
abominable,
That's right.
abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers,
Whoremongers, men selling women, men selling their soul.
and,
Yep, selling their soul, man, and murdering people out here. Yep, go ahead, brother.
and sorcerers,
And sorcerers. Yep.
and adulterers, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone,
There you go.
which is the second death.
There you go, man. That's right here in America. That's gonna be the lake of fire. If they're in this place, America at that time when the Lord judges this place, and they got any part on that list, then they're gonna be destroyed, man. So and part of that sorcery is this Halloween that's coming. All right, Hallows Eve. You know, I think Hallow means anointed, and Eve, Ween means Eve. All right. So they call it the Day of the Dead, where they honor the dead, where they call themselves taking presents on behalf of the dead. All right, so they show up at the door in them ugly ass costumes, creepy shit, saying, "Hey, give me some treat or money." That's what it used to be, money. And if you didn't do it, it'd be mischief. That's why in Philadelphia we had mischief night. It was like the night before or some shit. It was like everybody had to do something wicked. It was crazy.
Where I was from, it's called Devil's Night.
Devil's night. See that? Same shit, right? So you did a lesson. What was the guy's name?
Anton LaVey.
That dude. Yeah. What was his quote?
He was a church. He was a founder of the Church of Satan.
Yeah, that dude.
Said a quote that he was happy that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year.
Hey, it's like that. Train up a child as he should go. Go Uncle Shaq. Yep. All right. Look, you got a free something down here? Fair enough. I'm gonna get to this lesson too.
This is Proverbs 22 and verse 16.
Yep.
Back up with the brother Tanakh was saying about Esau, having these oppressing people gaining wealth from it. It says, he that oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. And Esau, what does he do? He oppressed the poor. Who are the poor? The poor are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is what Esau uses to get his riches. He oppressed us to become richer, to gain more money.
Right. And they trick you with a false sense of freedom. They'll give you things like sports. Like in Philadelphia, y'all winning. I cut that on. They're like, we won. We won. Oh, wait, what the fuck did they win? The team won. Well, unless you got a money invested, they ain't win shit. They got to take you right back to the ghetto and duck them damn police. You better not party too hard like Esau do, because the cops might beat you over here with a baton or shoot you in public. Then you lose. So it's like, what did they win? They give a false sense of freedom and celebration.
Yep. It says, he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. So, Esau stay giving to others that don't need anything. So guess what? He's going to come to want, and those that he give to are going to come to want.
Right, man. All right, let's get to the topic.
Yes.
It's Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right? That's why these fools can't depart from it. All right? So that's why you got to train to be a child in the way that they should go. And what did the Lord say? He said, seek ye the old paths, man, and walk ye therein it. All right? The way is who? Just like on the Mandalorian. The way is through Yahushua. That's the way. All right? Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right, you want to break it down?
So it says, remember thy creator in the days of thy youth. So remember him now. You know what I'm saying? These days that are coming, they are evil. We're already in a time of evil, but it's going to be more of a higher level of evil.
Right.
You know, coming to this place, man.
Right, don't wait until you're on your deathbed.
Come on.
All right? You know, people don't want to serve him now, but they want to wait till all hell break loose and death is presented to them. That's when they want to call on God.
So, hey, don't wait till it's too late. He said, seek him now while he is near. You know.
Right, these people ain't seeking the Lord, man.
Hmm.
The Lord, he's the king of terror. So at this moment, he's going to see everybody's going to have fear brought upon them. The elect are going to have the fear of the Lord, and 2/3 of our nation, these other nations, are going to fear the terror that he's going to bring. So they can act like they ain't afraid now, like 2/3 of our people in Amos 9:8 say the evil shall not overcome and take and prevent us. But Lord, it said he shall mock when your fear shall come upon you. Because then when he starts bringing the terror and his judgment, then he said, then you shall seek me early and shall not find me. So that's why we got to remember the Creator before the evil days come nigh, man.
Right. I knew Halloween was wicked when I was younger, and I saw that movie Trick or Treat.
Hmm.
Remember that? Scary movie? Yeah, man. It was like little demons at the door. I was like, oh, man. I knew it was wicked then.
Hmm.
I just knew it. I knew something wasn't right about it. Yeah, the only thing I used to like was taking people's bags. You know,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Having little kids with bags.
Somebody grab Jeremiah 4:22. Yes. Isaiah 29:9. I got that begging. That's right, bro.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 40, verse 26.
Right, because Halloween go back to the 1600s, and it's that spirit of begging. All right, go ahead.
You go straight to the point or go up a little bit?
To the point.
All right.
Maybe there's anything you think.
All right, it says, riches and strength lift up the heart, but the fear of the Lord is above them.
Right, so riches and strength is lifting up Jake's heart. But the Spirit said, even with Esau, the spirit that's lifted up in him is not upright. It's not righteous. It's wickedness, man. It's through vanity. All right, so, yep, go ahead.
It says, but the fear of the Lord is above them both.
Right, man. The fear of the Lord is above them both, man. All right, to get all the way to the top and then realize they got there off of bullshit. You know, go ahead.
It says, there is no want in the fear of the Lord, and it needeth not to seek help.
There you go, man.
Let's get down to verse
Right.
28.
Yep. There's no want in the fear of the Lord, and it needeth not to seek help, man, in these last days. We're seeking our help from the Lord. All right? That's called faith. Come on, brother. Look at that point.
Come on, verse 28, it says, my son, lead not a beggar's life.
Right, so don't lead a beggar's life. What's that? Trick or treat?
Hmm.
Can I have some candy? Can I have some money? Can I have something? My children need something free. Can I have something free?
Hmm.
Can I have some time off? All right, but that's lead not a beggar's life, man.
That goes back to the point you were just saying, like how a gift destroys the heart, man.
Stir up the heart.
Destroys the heart. You give Jake a little bit of something, he gonna beg you for it.
Right, don't look at him. Don't he look destroyed? They say what? They put. You gotta go in the house then. You don't want to be filmed. You gotta go home. Hey, get him on camera. Get him on camera.
I don't want to be filmed.
Well, you on it?
Nice. I was enjoying you guys. I don't
All right, cool.
be aggressive with the camera.
I'm not being aggressive. You got mad at us, man. We just,
No,
wanted,
I certainly was smiling.
That's
and
it.
enjoying whatever you guys
we just
showed
wanted to get
me.
your smile on
Yes,
camera. That's
yes,
all. We just wanted your smile on camera. That's all.
I'm,
You got mad. See that Scooby Doo?
I don't want to be on camera. I'm fine with whatever they're doing. But if you're going to be religious,
Yeah.
Don't attack other
Hey,
people with your religion.
tell him to call the feelings police.
Don't ever attack other people with your religion. And other people might be
All right,
willing to
Mad. All right, Mad Brad. Go up the street. All right, Mad Brad. Let's get
All
it.
right, back to Sirach 40 and 28.
You tight?
It said, it's,
Hey, but legally, if somebody want privacy, they gotta create privacy. He just don't know that. Yeah, fair enough, right? Yeah, I already know. Yeah, but you got all right to ask that too, you know.
You also are in conflict and
Right.
you're doing the religious thing.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
But
Hey, go ahead,
are
Mr. Speaker.
choosing
this
that
is from
part
Sirach
where you're allowed to be
40
called out.
Hey,
and
look.
28.
So my right
Please
to
do
call
it.
This is
you
my
out
son.
is sideline bullshit.
But yeah,
My
yeah.
son,
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
not a beggar's life,
Yeah.
for better it is to die than
I
to
can
bury.
go very loudly too, and I can do religious sounding what when not doing. Does not make it any better. Yes. Well, would you like me to read it for you in the tone that you're doing for me?
You're good.
This is
Yeah,
Sirach.
so we're gonna go this way, man, if you need to.
Yeah, this is
I
Sirach
need my head
41.
prepared today for assholes like this. So what are you gonna talk about? You still wanna talk? We can talk.
We can talk.
Let's talk.
I have a diaphragm that's louder
That's
than your
right, you
vocal.
damn sure do. You ain't got one of
Unfortunately,
these,
I am
you
still
got
louder than the noise you're producing.
That's what I'm
here
talking
around
about.
me.
You ain't got one of these, do it.
You should have a
That's right.
diaphragm, and then
You
you
done
can
ran to the
produce
right
voices
asshole.
louder than you're doing
All right,
on
go
your
ahead.
own
Read
level.
your precept.
This
This
is
is
Sirach
speaking
41
to the back of the
verse
room.
5.
Yes,
yes.
Oh,
Abominable
this
children.
crazy religious talking.
And they are
Crazy.
conversing in the dwelling of the ungodly.
Believe
So
the
you're the
Bible.
children of the
The
ungodly.
sheep
You're a
of
sinner.
God will suck
You know
on
what I'm
that.
saying?
God will wipe his
Look
tears
at
on
that.
Hey,
me.
get this perverted. Hey, children.
Go inside of me. Shine your light inside of my butthole, Jesus.
Look at it. Look. See that? See that? He a pervert. He a pervert.
Exactly. So the children of sinners, as the Lord was saying, the children of sinners are abominable children. And we see an example right there. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. He's abominable. That's the real abominable snowman right there, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Just
bad.
be
He
glad, Esau.
can't do nothing about it though. That's the beautiful part. Hey, you ready? We're gonna keep going, man. I'm just waiting for it to quiet down a little.
Come.
Hey, the beautiful part is you can't do nothing about it. That's the beautiful part. Where was that? Close.
You want Jeremiah 4 and 12? 4 and 22?
Yeah, 422.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish,
We don't care if you like what we're doing.
they have not known me. They are sottish children, they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Bro, I need 2 megaphones, man. I can pass them down. Y'all need nothing. All right. I was prepared today. We supposed to be going out into the Gator Bowl. I know you're gonna let your ass up. I'm just saying. So, wait, I know, right? Jeez. My, I'm appalled. Can you read that again, my bucket shot?
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. My people is foolish, they have not known me.
Right, so our people are foolish, man. They following after these holidays, these folly days, full of folly, foolishness, all right? And they have not known the Lord. Go ahead, brother. So everything they do, they go to church, what they celebrating, trunk or treat. They got pumpkin patches out there and shit, which was a custom that was started in America. I like pumpkin, but still, go ahead.
It says, they are sottish children.
Right, they are sottish. What does the word sottish mean? Drunken. So they're drunken up that same wine and philosophy we were just talking about from the beginning. All the spirits that came out of Europe, the false doctrine. He's still yelling? He's still crazy, man.
And the crazy part about it, if our people would have been up there watching, they'd have took his
They
side.
took his side, man.
Walked down there with him.
That's why everybody yell back and forth.
Right. And it said, well, he said he didn't want to be recorded. By law, we can record whoever the fuck comes by here. Like, and especially if they engage and conversate with us. The problem is he thought he gonna use that gang sign, that smile, and thought we were gonna be appealing to that. And like, no.
I'm gonna throw that can at me, man. I'm gonna throw that can at me. All right, let's keep going, man.
All right, it says,
He said they are childish children. They drunken off this stuff, man. All right, go ahead.
and they have none understanding.
They don't have no. What happens when you get drunk? You lose your what do they call that? Cognitive function. Yeah. You know. So they lose their focus. All right, lost their goddamn mind. All right, go ahead.
It says,
So they become toxic. They become intoxicated. All right.
they are wise to do evil, but
Yeah.
to do good they have no knowledge.
They wise to do evil. That's why you'll find Jake. Like I was telling the Akim about the story that triggered this lesson. It was a dude that met this a Jake that met another Jake woman, and the brother, he's like a regular brother, but she on the news they said he was a witch, and he was teaching her how to do tarot cards,
Hmm.
and he was like a master teacher and teach all this weird shit, man. So I'm like, this is what these women look up to, because they want to be the wicked women, the wicked of of our nation, because they want to be witches, they want some type of power, right on the left hand side. So for me to see a male witch, it kind of just like bugs me out. He like the real deal. I ain't see that in a long time.
Yeah.
We call the presidents and then we call them warlocks, but it's like, nah, this dude like, he's it.
You're riding on a broom, son of a gun.
So he proud of it too. He was teaching that. Now the woman ended up murdered. All right. So he buried the body or whatever they said he did. So and he's still in jail teaching that same thing. That's why the Lord said this. What it said there?
It says, they are wise to do evil,
See?
but to do good they have no knowledge.
See that? They got full wisdom in that. Yeah, what you gonna do on Halloween? I'm gonna have my bombing for apples. I'm gonna put this over here. Hey, look at my house. You go in their house, that shit perfect. Spider webs everywhere. Jack-o'-lanterns. They got the shit mapped out.
Skeletons and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, and then the next day they go burn the sage in the house like this.
Trying to get rid of this bad energy.
They gonna verse the same. So they wise to do evils, Their deeds have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. They want to outdo Esau. All right?
And that just goes to show they're living according to the flesh.
Yeah.
That makes it because all you see out here is wickedness. So what do our people say? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. But the elect, they sign pride for all the abominations they see in the midst of them.
Right, man. There's gonna be a lot of them, man. So basically you got these little children out here taking offerings on behalf of the dead.
Hmm.
And they believe that the dead are conjured up on those days by the witches. You know what I mean? Sheesh. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40.
So if a child is dressed up like a goddamn Power Ranger, who is taking the offering on behalf of? Or E.T. or some shit. Go ahead, Doc.
Sirach, chapter 40, verse 28. Going back to the begging. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better is it to die than to beg. The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluteth himself with other men's meat. But a wise man, well nourished, will beware thereof. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire. Or always wanting more, because when you see like panhandlers, panhandling, you'll see the same face over and over again. I take the same path from work to home, and it's always the same people in the median begging for stuff. Not begging to truly get help, but just begging because they rather rely on other people on another man's meat. Shit.
I'm gonna move.
And he saved you right now. All right, prime example. Do you think that the Lord's going to make the men of the Lord have to beg? Nah, because when Daniel was in Babylon, did he have to beg? When Joseph was in Egypt, did he have to beg? No. The Lord is going to put us in, and look at during the book of the Acts, right? What did Israel do? They sold off all they had, they landed everything, came and brought the money to Peter and them, right? As establishing, not establishing this church spiritually, but making sure the prophets had welfare, man. Because the Lord said, "Don't take not thy purse with thee," but we're still not going to have to beg,
We don't
right?
need to beg the Lord, Slocky, but we pray unto the Lord and we ask, and He'll give it to us gladly, as long as we pray in the correct name and follow the laws accordingly to the best of our ability.
Right.
We don't need to have to beg Him.
The Lord said, "Gird that when you come to pray to Him, gird thyself like a man." You know.
Yep. And what you said, sweetness, right?
Done.
Sweetness, but it's better into the belly.
Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire.
Yeah, they want that damn candy.
Yeah.
In the belly, they're gonna get sick. They're gonna have that damn fentanyl in it. I remember when I was little, I got some shit in Philly. I had a little chocolate. That shit had a needle in it.
Ooh.
I never did it again. I started taking bags. Like, okay. Anyway, go ahead, man.
No, I was about to say, I seen one on TikTok. A parent was going through their kids' candy, and there was a razor blade in their candy.
Razor blade, remember that? Yeah, that one too. So, and even the sugar, you know, the sugars. You know, Jake get the sugars, the diabetes. Next thing you know, after Halloween, they still stuck on the candy. They can't get off the shit. Taking about a few more weeks, getting them corporations rich.
Hey, by eating all that candy, you might as well be drinking like a fifth of Hennessy, because it's the same thing. The body processes it the same way. It destroys your liver. That processed sugar and glucose that's in all these candies destroys you. You can get cirrhosis of the liver from that shit.
You want to end Halloween? If anybody show up at their door, just give out vegetables. It'll be over.
It's over.
It'll be over instantly.
And it destroys their teeth too. It messes up their teeth.
Yeah, man, and destroyed their salvation.
This is Isaiah 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
There you go, man. They staggering. And the nation see that. They see that their bodies, and what are they doing? They made holidays off of that shit. They see our people's lost and sin and darkness, and they make money off of it. All right, and that goes into Revelations 11. They sent gifts one to another. Jake wasn't celebrating the holidays before. Jake was busy running through the woods trying to get away from Esau Hound Dog. Esau on Halloween chasing you with a Halloween mask on, scarecrow mask. But now they want to celebrate with the Hebrews. They wanted a seat at the table with Esau. Jake got envious of Esau, man. The Lord said, "What? Envy not the oppressor." Real quick before these two precepts. You know the old slave movies. You'll see them all sitting at the dinner table, and then Jake had to serve them. And who would be at the top seat? Master. Just like at a Trump rally, right? No different. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 31.
Right.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Right, man. We in poverty, man. We might well have fun like them. See that? They want to have fun. They want to have foolishness. They want to have that mirth. They can't be left out. The congregation doing it. My job doing it. My family doing it. Well, it's a time when family get together. We've been doing it for years. Well, it's for the children. See that? That inclusiveness. Go ahead, brother. Oh, shit.
I was gonna say, I was just
You got a
gonna
point.
make
Go ahead.
as the elder was saying, it's like Jake like to say, we're doing it for the children. Well, guess what? You're gonna get judged for the children too.
Come on with it. Train up a
As a matter
child.
of fact, you're gonna get judged with the children.
With the children. Right, with the children.
And Scripture says to learn not the way of the heathen, man. You know, and that's what our people are following in the steps of Esau. They're gonna get judged by them. You know,
Right, man. You know, go ahead, brother. There you go.
And this Psalms 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Right, man. Don't fret thyself, man, because of evil doers. You know, we see them out here in that folly on Halloween. We see them on Christmas celebrating Nimrod and all these pagan idols. On New Year's, they out here, the Gator Bowl or whatever, getting these corporations rich. You know, and also them establishing their new world order. You know, it goes into that as well. So we're not supposed to fret ourselves for anything they're doing. You know, get on board or you're going to get left behind. Nah, we good. I'll walk.
Precept.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It's Jeremiah 8:3. And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family.
Right, what's death? Sin. And they're choosing that wickedness, that darkness. Everything about Halloween represents death. And they're choosing that instead of life. How about pay homage to the saints the right way? They say all saints day, right? Well, pay homage to the saints the right way. Saints like Peter, you know? The saint meaning what? The anointed, the holy ones. Yahushua ultimately. All right, you pay homage to them by coming out here doing this work and praising the same power in God that they praise. Like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His name Yahweh. His son named Yahushua. So-called Negro. All right, from the tribe of Judah. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. The shepherd has caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead. Now you got basically they lost their culture. The Lord, and that was a curse upon our people. All right, the Lord said they're going to discontinue from their way, and that's what happened. You know, look, you know, Jake right here, they're gone, completely gone, man. You can't look for them for the light bulb to cut on, for them to or a sense of urgency. You can't look at them for the signs of what's going on right now, man. You can look at them for the signs of the curses.
Ooh.
That's
what you find on them. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries have said, we offend not.
Right, there you go. Just like a damn jackass running through the mountains, a donkey. They're going from hill to hill, snuffing up all the desires that they want, just like a donkey running free. It's going to be taken by anybody that wants to hunt it down, and do whatever they want with it. That's how Jake is. He's going to be found right at their doorstep, begging. Trick or treat. And Esau got a treat for you. And they, you know, but then again, also, Esau, like they got they got this whole anti-Semitic movement with Kanye and all the hell they put on our people and the corporations they've been running and the allowance and the incentivizing that they've done by giving incentives to rappers for pushing murder music and drugs into our communities and giving them resources and funds to continue in it. All right. So yeah, they're being exposed for that. You know, they do that and they act like they're smack you in the face and they hide the hand.
Precept.
Go ahead, good brother.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and 14. That we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Yahushua Mashiach. So you want to, it's all about the truth, man. Seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. That's life. All right. If you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahushua or the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you're dead, man. You're in a congregation of the dead. All right. You're still being tossed to and fro from every wind of doctrine, man. If it's something new shows up tomorrow, you'll entertain that. You'll go and seek that out.
Look at polite. Look at vocab. Everybody on that. Not everybody, but you know, the freak geeks and weirdos. The peanut gallery. Yep. They call it the new wave, you know?
Because they new wave, they went from Kemet, all right, and believing in Egyptology, which got debunked by the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
And now they create their own doctrine. They form worshiping money.
Yep. Well, none of them was on that, you know.
They were all poor and broke.
Yeah. That's right. They like sinful surfers, jumping upon any wave that's moving. Go ahead, out the bar. Then we're going to run out here.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, starting at verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go therein.
Right. The Lord said that even during the times of Jeremiah, people would gather, we say that, as a cage full of birds, are their houses, man. They gather as troops together, meaning like they gather in armies so they can all feel secure. You celebrating Halloween today? Yeah. Where you going? Going to the church? Yeah, I'm going up there too. What time you going? I'm gonna go when you go. See that? You know, so they can all feel good about it.
What about
Right.
the ones
Don't
that
follow
don't
them
give
up
a fuck
to
that
the
going to wicked ass Halloween costume parties?
costume parties. Yeah, I ain't going to celebrate. I'm just going. Bro, you there? You there, man? Like, I'm just going.
In verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And I wanted to get that too, to touch on a point I think y'all was bringing up. You know, a lot of our people take that wide gate, which is ultimately death and destruction. Only a few there be, only few find that way in that path unto life, man. Which is this truth, man.
Yeah, that's what the scripture just brought out. Death shall be chosen rather than life. So they make a covenant with death, right? And they carry that covenant all the way until the end. But you know, Yahweh Shai is going to use judgment to break that covenant. But that covenant has already been disannulled for the elect, because we were in that dead state, but we were pulled out through the light of men, which is Yahweh Shai.
Right. Go ahead. You see that here? I agree.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 17. All bread is sweet to a homemonger. He will not leave off till he die. And I brought that out to back up the brother, man. You know, all bread is going to be sweet unto a homemonger. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you have 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they'll jump to one table to another table, man. Because all bread seems sweet to them. You know, they probably, oh, I like what I heard over here in this portion of this religion, so I'm going to keep that with me. In this religion, I like this. You know, that's how, you know what I'm saying, that's the spirit moving in the spirit of a homo. And Yahweh Ba'ashir Yahushai said they will not leave that until the day they die, and how he's going to kill them from the inside out, spiritually first, then physically, man.
Right, and the warmonger is somebody their soul is for sale. They ass. Like a selling woman.
The brother Bazan say, how people want to eat at this table and that table and this table. When it says in the scriptures, you can't eat at the Lord's table and the table of devils either. You can't eat at both tables. You're gonna eat at one or the other. You're not gonna eat at both.
Right, you're gonna make money. Yeah, you're gonna make money. You can even be rich. But it's just about the mindset. You know what I mean? Like Kanye West, he almost there. And he a billionaire. He willing to throw it all away like Job. You know? Or the rich man. You know what I'm saying? He willing to throw it all away. You can tell he willing to throw it all away. But I don't know if he's gonna get on the truth though. Okay, brother.
Just add on that point. I was watching a clip of an interview, and he was talking about how he was in a billionaire status, but because of his lost deals with Adidas and all these other things, it dropped him down to like, you know, a millionaire. But just going to the point that he's willing to lose that status and riches for it.
Even sketches don't want him.
That's one step.
Hey, he did say, he said he was talking when he was talking on that round table interview with Nori and them. He started saying, "I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna kill this nigga." He started saying all that, right? And then at the end, he said, "Now," then it flipped to a clip where the Breakfast Club was interviewing one of the elites.
New York Cohen.
Yeah, that guy. And when they were interviewing him, and he was trying to act all sympathetic, like, this is the problem that we have in the black communities. They're killing each other. And then Charlamagne said, but you provide the music that promotes that. And then his response was, well, I know it seems like an opportunist, but I have to eat too. And like everybody else on the Breakfast Club got a little upset by it. But you know, your boy, light-skinned dude, he thought it was funny. DJ Envy thought it was funny. You know, but at the end of the clip, Kanye says, now you see that type of music plastered everywhere, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that we're the Israelites of the Holy Bible, man. The Father's name is Yahweh, his Son's name is Yahushua. But he said he's ready to give it all up,
But he said when he used to hang out with Pac said, get your money up before you go to war. He said he's going to war with these upper elites because when he dies, he doesn't want his children to have to be ran by them because of his company. And at the end of the clip, he kind of said, I'll die before I let them take my people, pretty much. So he right there at the fence. I'm not saying he's a man of the Lord. I'm not saying nothing like that. But that is kind of influential of the man of the Lord, because guess what? That's a seed being planted. So guess what? The people that one man plant, another man water, but the Most High gives the increase. So now you have potential people that are going to go looking on the internet for the men of the Lord to find the truth. They better go to like Lions Den GMS and stay away from like IUIC, because they right back in the same dark tunnel that they were in before they came into the truth.
This is Isaiah 29, verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
Right, that's that death. That's that spirit of deep sleep that they've chosen and that they're part of. All right, still amongst the congregation of the dead, deep sleep. They're like, yo, don't wake me up. They're comfortable. Go ahead, brother.
And have closed your eyes.
Right, so the Lord closed their eyes, man. Go ahead.
The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
There you go, man. All right. And a lot of them have become wicked. That's why you go to these churches, they're the seers, but they're wicked. They've seen false divinations. And also these damn warlocks. That's the male word for the word witch. All right. Yep. The word witch has a duality to it, so it can be used for both. But warlock would be used for a male. But then within that, you have what you call necromancy, where they do tarot card readings. They can tell you the future and shit. But that story I was watching, I guess I'll share a clip later of it, put it up. But, he couldn't, I guess he was thinking, I guess he was trying to tell that woman that he can tell the future through his damn tarot cards and shit. That's what the Illuminati into. They got the Illuminati cards. All right? But go ahead.
All right.
So that's what they're dealing with now, necromancy. Conjuring up the dead.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 6. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So their mind is clouded, man. They can't see the forest from the trees. They don't know who they are as individuals, man. They can't understand none of that. So therefore they put on the covering of these other nations and partake in all the foolish festivities that they create. And when Jake get involved with it, they do it better than they do it.
Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have been covered.
Jeremiah 5:26. That's right, man. He covered them with the spirit of deep sleep, but he covered us with the spirit of Yahushua. Big difference. He ain't cover us with some damn costumes from Walmart.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men.
That they call leaders, and that these women look to. They know they witches, man. They know they're into that voodoo, or they know they're into Egyptology or Islam or Christianity. All that is witchcraft, man. All that, they have been bewitched. All right? Go ahead, brother.
They lie in wait as they set up snares.
As they that set snares, right? All right? Claiming to be teaching classes on witchcraft, man, and tarot cards. Teaching about Halloween. In these churches, man. What the hell could they be talking about on Halloween? Like, they made me think of that pastor off of Vampire in Brooklyn. Evil is good. What can they be talking about in there on Halloween? You know what I mean? Yeah. What are they be talking about? The baby in the manger?
Right? I never thought about that. I was like, damn, what lesson are they teaching?
Yeah, what are they teaching in there, man? They got communion going? You got precept? Okay, kind of. Right there. Go ahead, brother. Right, you go. You want to bring it up? All right, right. Oh, the one right after this. Go ahead, brother.
This First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days, when out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. But since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And that's what it is. These people out here teach this witchcraft. They made a covenant with the heathen to do his bidding so they can have that worldly covering that they have today. 2/3 of our people want some type of status in this place. We trying to wake them up, telling them they Israelites. Esau telling them to go trick-or-treating, and they going to go get their candy.
That's all about like trying to be the ostrich with his head in the hole. Like the elder had brought it out, like during the time of slavery. We weren't trying to partake in no damn holidays like with them. We trying to figure out a way to get the hell up out of here. But our people are developing a sense of Stockholm syndrome to where they form a covenant or an allegiance with the ones that have them in captivity. So now they begin to fight against their true identity because they felt that they became a part of the system, which that's their covering that separates their mind from reality, man.
Yeah. Now I remember I did see some pictures of slaves that were forced to celebrate it with them, and they had them in like white sheets with the holes and shit. They was called ghosts. I saw it. You can look it up.
They got the same ones for Christmas. They got the Santa Claus outfits on. They just send that like.
My poor ass, when I was little, my mom dressed me up in a trash bag. I was the it. That was it. You called the it.
Wow.
I was like, all right, something ain't right about this shit. You went up under the sink, grabbed the trash bag, cut some holes out. Here you go.
Wasn't there like a holiday where they would like light our head on fire and send us running around? Wasn't that like,
that was
where the Roman candle came from?
The Roman candle, 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Arrow on fire?
Well, not 4th of July, but the Roman candle. Yep. And that comes from some Jake. He they would set us up. They would kill us, put tar on us and feathers, and then burn us. And then they would leave it there across the field, and then they would throw a big party like Diddy and them be throwing and shit. You know what I mean? A white party, all white party, and they'll say no lights, no candles, and nothing. We got them. And they'll leave that burning all night with the oil, and it would be human bodies. Yep, that's where you get the Roman candle from Rome. All right, go ahead, brother. Yep.
This is Jeremiah 25, 30, and 31. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words.
Right, he's prophesying against our people. Go ahead to wake them up. And the Lord is looking for 144,000 men, and 1/3 of the men, women, and children that's willing to repent and to turn back to Yahweh and Son Yahweh Shai before America gets destroyed. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore,
we're gonna rule. Right, go ahead.
Jeremiah 25 and 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord should roar from on high and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He should mightily roar upon his habitation. He should give a shout, as they that treat the grape against all the inhabitants of the earth. Number 31, and noise should come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai had a controversy with the nation. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, say the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right, man. There's a lot to that, man, because he said he's going to roar. That's what we tell people. The Lord is about to return. And he's going to roar from the heavens. That's where he's coming from. All right? And there was a part at the end just now, too. What was the last part?
The last part, with the nation, he will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword.
That's right. That goes into Zechariah. What's that? The house of the thieves? That's right. So those that are wicked, he's going to give to the sword, man. He's going to cut them asunder with the wicked. They want to stay in that mindset. It's 2022. They're talking about World War III. The men of the Lord have been out here teaching since the 60s, especially with Albert Bivens. All right, especially with Apostle Tahar on the internet, GMS, and all the Akim around the world. So much proof out here now, and they still part of this damn BS. You're gonna see it. They're gonna be marching their little, wicked asses up the street, man, on Halloween, man.
See, like I want to put an example from my country. The president Fidel Castro, he came, with the revolution. He started avoid all the things that Americans do, the white do. In my country, we don't celebrate Halloween. We don't celebrate all this shit. We don't celebrate that. So we are a part of that. And all the Cubans, get out of the of Cuba. That's what they do today.
Then they come over here and start.
Exactly. They start and doing the things,
They come over here and lose their damn mind. Yeah. They come over here. They come over here and get drunk spiritually again. They come over here, get toxic. What does it say? Shall destroy you with a sword of destruction. It's polluted. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Salakia. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." And the point on the scripture that I wanted to get, it says, learn not the way of the heathen. Not going out there and partaking in the things like Halloween and the Day of the Dead and Christmas and all these other folly days, because we're supposed to be set apart. That's what holy means, set apart, and that's what the Lord called us out of, instead of putting us into.
This is Leviticus.
I'm gonna get back to the lesson right after this, y'all. I'm gonna pull another picture up and we'll get the other picture.
This is Leviticus 20:6. "And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. Sanctify yourselves therefore and be ye holy, for I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, your true power."
Right, you want to speak on it?
Basically, we're just backing up brothers, letting you know that, hey, when you celebrate Halloween and all this stuff, you a wizard, man. You're gonna be destroyed. You need to turn back to the Lord and sanctify yourselves, man.
Right, man. Yep. Following after wizards, that Jake be sneaking up in these damn tarot card places, man. They go into these haunted houses and shit, spooking their family, spooking their children out, and they wonder why their children have nightmares. If you teach your children about the kingdom, stop showing them all that demonic shit, they won't have nightmares anymore. All right. Let me get this real quick, y'all. Hold on, 1 second. This is Sirach 22:12. Somebody get that, please. Sirach 22:12, man. So we're not supposed to be trying to bring the dead back and all that.
This is Sirach, chapter 22, verse 12. 7 days do men mourn.
Right, so if somebody died 7 days, you're supposed to mourn. And that's about it. Go ahead.
7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man all the days of his life.
There you go. All right, now that was it. So if somebody walking around asleep, spiritually dead, then that's a fool walking around spiritually dead. So you mourn for that person more than you're mourning for somebody that's dead, because why? Once they die, they with your house shot. All right? All right, go ahead. But walking around not knowing who you are, thinking you're African or black, then you're walking around dead, a dead man walking.
You're better off physically dead.
Right, man. I ain't gonna get it, but did somebody get this real quick? Sirach 38:23. 38:23. 38:23. Yep. 38:23.
This is Sirach, chapter 38, verse 23.
Yep.
When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest.
Right, let his remembrance rest. That's what the Lord said to Saul with Samuel. He said to let his remembrance rest and trust in the Father. Instead, he chose to trust in wickedness. All right? Going to witches for help. Go ahead, brother.
And be comforted for him when his spirit is departed from him.
Right, so be comforted when the spirit is departed from him. Somebody get that? Or the spirit that goes upward? All right, somebody get that real quick. So that's when you be comforted once the spirit has left the body. And the Lord said you're only supposed to mourn 7 days, if anything. And let that be complete. Because once the spirit is in the heavens, it's not thinking about you no more. It ain't worrying about no person down here. No one come back. This is living a new experience. Just like when somebody's born as a baby. They don't remember the past life. He said, neither shall things be remembered. The former things shall not be remembered. I need this real quick. I need these precepts. I'm
This is,
building it for y'all.
this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken.
Right, that means the body becomes useless. All right, like a golden bowl that you take and try to fill it up with water and it got a hole in it. It's broken. All right, it's useless anymore. Just like the body once it dies. Okay, go ahead.
Or the pitcher be broken at the fountain.
Right, the golden bowl would be like a oil lamp that they used to use in the ancient times. All right, the golden bowl, and if that breaks, all the oil falls out, meaning like the spirit comes out. Or the pitcher be broken at the fountain represents you trying to get some water at the fountain and it broke it. Just like the body. All right, in the spirit, this is what happens next.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
See, once the body's broken, then the body returns to the ground.
And the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it.
See, the spirit is in the heavens. And he said in Job, it speaks about the wicked being there as well. All right, the righteous and the wicked are in the heavens, in the spirit realm. You see that? So they ain't coming back to this damn place. What spirits they conjuring up besides demons? Besides nothing, actually. Just like in the time of the plagues of Egypt, the Lord said he put these apparitions there and there was nothing there. He was just scaring the hell out of them. And he said they died from their fear more than the things that were there because there was nothing there.
Just a quick point. What the elder was just saying, he said, what spirits are they conjuring up rather than demons, man? And Esau always show you that in their horror movies. People go to the medias and stuff and try to conjure up their dead family members and relatives, but it end up being a demon, end up tormenting them and hunting their house and stuff. Ouija boards and shit.
Did I say the AI they was trying to summon demons?
Yep. Yeah, what's that called? CERN.
Yeah, he said they was trying to summon.
Yeah, with CERN, man, they trying to bring demons back. Go ahead, brother.
That's funny because they the demons.
Yep.
This is the book of Sirach 22:11. Weep for the dead, for he have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wants of understanding. Make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest, but the life of the fool is worse than death.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just to back the elder up on his on this topic. You know, we make little weeping for the dead because they are at rest, like in the book of Job say. It says the wicked cease from troubling them. You know, so it's worth for the life of the fool, somebody that doesn't have the life, than somebody that's already with the Father.
Right. That's that Roman mindset of purgatory. They think the damn spirit is roaming around the earth like this fool here. That's what they think the spirit's doing. They're roaming around, begging for candy and food. That's literally what they believe in. It's on Wikipedia. On Halloween, they believe spirits come back asking for food and drinks. like fucking Casper and shit. Ghostbusters. He was hungry.
This is second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which have now abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments.
Right, so they're gonna dwell in those torments. All right, that the Lord has written out, like the plagues of Egypt. They're gonna dwell in it. They follow Halloween, all these pagan holidays. So they're gonna be dwelling in torments, man. That the Lord is gonna conjure up against them. All right, the Lord gonna write out those judgments, man. Okay, go ahead, brother.
This book of Baruch 3 and 4, all the way to 6. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, Jehovah Hashem Yahushua, hear now the prayer of the dead Israelite and of their children, which I have sent before thee, and now hearken unto the voice of thee, their God, Jehovah Hashem Yahushua, for the which cause this plague cleave unto us. Remember not the iniquity of our forefather, but think upon the power and the name now at this time.
And that's what you should be praying for. All right, not weeping for the dead that are in the ground, but weeping for the dead that are walking around, and for the iniquities that our people are being part of. Because they're the ones that are making covenant with death instead of trying to conjure up to bring the dead back. Why not bring the life to the children of Israel, man? That's what we should be out here doing, not riding in the night and drunkening with like these other nations. But we should be praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to shed light on Israel, man.
All right, because these plagues, all right, that took hold of us from us being spiritually dead are going to carry all the way over until the end. That's why 2/3 of our people are going to be in that spirit of derision all the way to the time of destruction, man.
That's it, man. They're gonna bow down their back all the way.
Always.
All the way into the damn slaughterhouse. All right? All right, somebody grab Jeremiah 5:26. Go ahead.
This is Micah
Jeremiah 5:26.
chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart from this. It's like depart. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will
It's polluted.
prophesy.
Y'all need a damn moderator to delete this shit. I'm gonna block this motherfucker. Yeah, there you go. Block them.
Send him trick or treat.
Yeah, get their ass off of here. Block them. All right. Got him out of there.
All right, so like our people are trying to rest in this place and they get a sense of false hope because we've been tormented by this devil. You know what I'm saying? We've been tormented by this devil for all these years. When he opens the door to let the dog, just like to let the dog, you can kick a dog ass and then you let him to open the door to let him come in the house. He's happy again. He forgot about all the affliction that you put upon him. And that's the spirit that the mindset that our people are in. So they partake in these holidays of falsehood and walk in the spirit of falsehood and of lies, just like the devil is doing, man.
Well, that's what Kanye saying. He just said literally what he's saying. He said they keep teaching us history about slavery, and that's it. But we were more than that. He don't even know how much more, but yeah, we were more than that. So since they keep pushing that narrative of slavery instead of kings,
you're gonna act like slaves.
We're gonna want more. We're gonna naturally want more. But if they push that narrative of kings, we will want less.
From this
Kanye
place.
on point, man.
Yeah.
He on point. You guys he on some other shit.
Yeah.
He on some other shit, man. Let's somebody get that, please. Jeremiah 5:26.
This Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 26.
Yeah, order 28. Any precepts too good.
For among my people are found wicked men. Yeah.
Jeremiah 8:3. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all good. So I did.
You read that one?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You read out the 28. You said 8:3. Somebody grab it down here. All right, yeah, let's keep going to 28.
This is the book of Jeremiah 5:26. It says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares.
Right, man. So this is their job to set the snares, to set the traps. You know, and they get paid for it. All right? A bunch of witches and warlocks. A wizard, basically, the word wizard comes from the root word wise. So they're wise ones. All right? They're elites, all of them. These are all the witches and warlocks. You know? And then you got Jake in the corners of the ghettos teaching damn necromancy. All right? And they're pushing that witchcraft, man. And the rule of thumb is on Halloween, you got to decorate your house to let people know that you're with it. You know, that you giving in. You're willing to celebrate.
Or keep your light on.
Or they keep the light on. Yeah.
Let you know, like, you're welcome.
Right, man. All right.
Precepts.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37.
Yeah. That's what they do with the rainbow now.
And I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, the wicked caught up against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth.
Right. They plot against us. They set plans against us through their policies, through their corporations. They sit down in their board meetings and they come up with plans in the record industry as well. And they establish what they're going to do for that whole next business year, that whole business quarter.
Yep.
All right. And they gnash upon us with their teeth. Their teeth represent what? Their might. What's their might? Their politicians, their police, the corporations, meaning the managers, coming down hard upon the people. Go ahead.
Ooh, real quick.
Yep.
So if you think about it, ever since the Council of Nicaea, right, when they started the Nicene Creed, all these pastors have to go to conventions, right? Every year they have a meeting and for what's going to be taught in the churches that following that next year.
G20 meetings,
Con.
G20, man.
Like a curriculum for schools. They
Yeah.
gotta follow curriculum.
They gotta follow
They can't follow the spirit. They gotta follow the curriculum.
Yeah, all the politicians, all the police, everybody.
Damn.
All of them, they're sorcerers
They sorcerers.
and fucking warlocks and witches, man. That's all they are.
Yeah. And we the superheroes.
But they paint this picture of a motherfucker doing all this shit, sprinkling bones in the nose and all that kind of stuff. No, the true warlocks, they create a false sense of reality and have people walk according to that. All right, it's the totally skullduggery deterioration of the fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's not about a spell and hocus pocus. It's not nothing about that, man. Like with the ancient Egyptians, with Moses, it was either Moses or Abraham went to Egypt, Abraham would tell him about monotheism, right? And he was able to tell him when an eclipse is about to come, and they took it and ran with it. They took it and started destroying the minds of the people, saying, if you don't listen to what we say, we're going to make the sun go dark around this time. And it would happen, but the people not knowing that an eclipse was already coming, but they were in the know. So they used that to bring deception on the mind of the people.
I was gonna say, that's what I believe Columbus did to like one of the Gadite tribes.
Yeah, that's
He went to them, told them that the sun was gonna turn red, and if they didn't, worship, JC.
yeah, we got it. They did it too. Yeah. A few people tried it.
Yeah.
They use that, man. They pay attention to the signs and stuff. Go ahead.
They try to play on the minds of the people.
Yeah.
All right. Like I was going to add on, just like you got in the fold, like Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC, like a lot of Masons, Masons are like warlocks in the world. They can get a card to be a religious pastor. So anything with like a 501c3 charter, like the brother's saying, which was created as a gag order to teach for the churches, they're prevented from teaching truth.
Right.
So if they was to come out there and teach truth with that treaty they have with Esau, that license to commit sin, Esau can take that back and then come after them with like tax evasion and all that, but not upholding their laws, their rules, their regulations.
Or break a contract.
Yeah,
Right.
breach a contract.
Breach a contract.
What does the word conjure mean? To gather?
Con.
So they're conjuring spirits. They're conjuring wicked spirits.
Stir up. Yep.
Right. So that's what they're doing. So they're stirring up the minds of the people. But what are we doing? We're using this book to stir up the mind. We're using the truth
To
gather
reel in
the elect.
the elect. Con.
Right. So we're pulling. That's why it's so important that the warfare is not carnal. It's spiritual, man. Because they're fighting spiritually too. But they use the gun and the sword as a fear tactic, as a weapon. But they're playing with the minds of our people, man.
Earlier you was talking about, witchcraft isn't, ooga booga and stuff like that. Now witchcraft is, let's go do some yoga at the park. Let's burn some sage to cleanse out these spirits. All right, and then the people are like, all right, they think it's so because it's not as like grand and envisioned as the way Esau portrayed it in movies and TV shows. They don't really see it.
But let's go worship the dead because the children like to do it. Or let's do phallus worship with the Christmas tree because it makes the children happy. So because it makes the children happy, that makes it righteous. And that's what they're teaching our people.
Let's go get
Yeah, let's
makeup shit. Makeup and all that.
Yeah, makeup. Yeah, the Lord said that's called
Black
rent.
clothes and shit.
Yeah, he said that's called rent in their face. Rip their face up with that. Yep, look at that too. Because that's what witchcraft is. Craft meaning anything that you can craft up or put together. That's what Esau does. And witch deal with mysticism and magic. All right. Hold on, let me get this real quick.
And what is magic? Magic ain't real. It's misdirection.
A lot of the sayings that the Masons and stuff like to say is, what does it have an illusion? It has, because they work off illusions, man. Deceit, right? Same thing. Illusion and deceit, same thing,
right? And what are they doing on Halloween too? They put on that damn vampire makeup and fake blood and shit. They got witches out here, I believe, man. But they call them companies. People that can make fake blood and make it look just like it. They professionals in it.
Hey,
That's,
'cause
that's witchcraft.
my woman, she does makeup,
Yeah.
so she does that, and she actually did that. You know, so I get on her. You know what I'm saying?
But you can cut hair, but
Nah, she actually for the themes and all that to try to reel in money for what's her
yeah,
name. That's something that I constantly do and work on.
yeah,
But Eve, she's hard headed,
they hard.
so they even go from regular makeup and trying to looking pretty to even doing makeup to like what you saying as far as like theatrics
Yeah,
type makeup.
yeah,
Drawing stitches on them and shit like that.
yeah,
Looking
thieves.
spooky. Then walking in the room and then the damn baby crying.
Ooh.
Scared the shit out
True,
of the
man.
baby.
Come on, come on with it, man. They do the same thing on Easter. Got the bunny faces. Look at this real quick. Look what they doing.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. You say 4 and 30? It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do?
Right, so they've been spoiled. Go ahead.
Though thou clothest thyself with crimson,
Right, just that's what Jake do. Jake clothing themselves with crimson, meaning what? Try to make themselves look pretty for Esau.
done.
All right.
Though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paintings,
Yeah.
in vain shalt thou make thyself fair.
Right. That's right. They're doing all this in vanity, man. Anything they do. If Esau say, hey man, this month is celebrated for what? The Gator Bowl. Everybody got the Gator Bowl show. They celebrate
Breast cancer.
breast cancer. Everybody got breast cancer.
Hmm.
They say celebrate damn Earth Day. Everybody got on Earth stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they celebrate Halloween. Everybody's trying to find a way to celebrate that.
It says,
They rented their face. They ripping their face up. That's what the word rent means. They tearing their fucking face up with all that makeup. And most of that makeup got pork in it.
Hmm.
Or dead, aborted fetuses.
And beetle, and beetle blood and shit.
For real.
Yeah. There ain't nothing righteous about it, man.
They celebrate in Mexico the Day of the Dead.
Yeah. That's the Day of the Dead.
Even the Target Day.
Oh,
Mhm.
The bundle.
Oh, no.
No, we can't say that.
Oh, she like it.
it says they,
I'd be comfortable saying it at the house, but I can't say it.
it says,
At the house, I said it.
Hmm.
I kind of flinch a little bit like it's a camera.
thou rentest thy face with paintings in vain,
Keep the chatter down.
shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy light.
So at the end of the day, Esau's still gonna come and get him. Esau's still gonna try to put him in that damn slaughterhouse. All right, and they're still seeking to depopulate these damn fools. They done sold out, sold in, whatever they could do, and they still saying no, it ain't enough. They want you gone.
Especially if you're not witness, if you're against the system. I remember before I even came into the truth, I wanted to apply for like a management position, but I was overheard something that I said that got brought back to the CEO of the company, because I said, I come here, I do my job and I do it well, but I know at the end of the day, I ain't nothing but the N-word to these individuals. When they go home, that's how they look, classify me. They'll smile in my face. Oh, I almost got fired behind that. Because guess what? That means, he's not for us. He's against us. We can't have that. We can't have that in a place of authority, in a seat of authority. But if I was blinded, like you know what I'm saying, an Uncle Ruckus type spirit.
Keep him here.
Yeah.
Keep him here all day. We can toy with this nigga.
Right.
Hmm.
And 2/3 of our people just don't get it. So they begin to resent and hate us because they want to do the deeds of the wicked. But what they're going to realize, they're resenting and hating the Lord, man. Because it ain't us that's trying to pull them out of their way of that. It's the Spirit of the Lord that's within us trying to pull them away from there.
Right. Bring this up.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
There you go, man. So they falling into that witchcraft and they become a part of it. All right, they become a part of the darkness. So that rebelling against the Lord, that's what's really going on.
It said,
It says, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
So when you reject this word, when you try to teach somebody this word and they reject it, they're basically doing witchcraft, man. Period. And the Lord said rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. And the Lord said, what? Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Yep. Go ahead, brother.
It says, he have also rejected thee from being king.
Right. That's right, man. Somebody get Exodus 22 and 18. Yep.
This is Exodus 22, verse 18.
Still gotta go to 28, right? Right,
it says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Right, man. See that? And that's amongst our people. And they're not doing that out here, man. Instead, they give witches rights. They give a platform to speak on, like Cleo. You know, look at RuPaul. That's a witch. That's a warlock. You know what I'm saying? They get reality shows and everything. Make it like that's the reality. See that? And all the reality shows is based upon adultery.
Hey, like the brother was just speaking on, like Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian, yeah.
That was a whole household of witches.
Yeah, that's a whole house. Whole house full of them.
Kanye wiggling out of that.
He's trying to get out. He got out of there. Part of him got out of it.
Hey, like the movie Get Out itself. Like
that was about Kanye. I mean, he fit the bill perfect. Man. Like, damn. But art turns into reality, boy. Let's bring these out real quick and get back to this.
This is Sirach, chapter 19, verse 22. It says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. So the knowledge of wisdom, so the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. It is not a benefit. It doesn't help you. It'll actually destroy you. And it says, nor at any time the counsel of sinners is prudent. So nor at any time can you go to anyone that's sinful and think that they have any wisdom to give you, because they have nothing. It's not a smart thing to go to the wicked to learn anything, because the only thing they will teach you and show you are lies and deceit, and have you doing the same thing and set you on a one-way trip down the path of destruction.
That goes back to Genesis, where it says, out of all the trees in the garden, you may eat of them, but don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, man. And that's all they're going to give you, the wickedness, man.
And the serpent in the garden was more crafty than any beast in the field. This crafty. All right. I'll get this real quick. I'll get back to this.
Galatians chapter 1 and verse 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of a Mashiach unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of a Mashiach.
Right, but that's talking about circumcision. Yeah, that's talking about circumcision. All right.
This is Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lie in wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit.
Yeah, see that? So as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses, so are their churches, so are their universities, so are their sororities, you know, the record labels. They're full of deceit, man, full of deception. Like a cage full of birds. The speckled bird Israel. All right? Being caged in and trapped, don't even know it. Why does the caged bird sing? That's a poem. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Therefore they are become great and waxing rich.
Right, you put the bird in the cage, it's gonna start singing. And that's what Jake doing, song and a dance. James Brown and them got paid off it. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 28.
Yep.
They are waxing fat, they shine.
Right, they get rich off of it, they wax fat, and they shine. What do they become? Stars. Superstars. All right, shining stars. Right? They wax fat, meaning they gain in riches and wealth. Go ahead.
Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
They overpass the deeds of the wicked. Okay, they try to outdo Esau. That's what we were saying.
They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge.
There you go, man. All right. Let me get Jeremiah 7:23. 8 and 3. Select it.
Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 3.
Yeah, all the way to 7.
Come on. It says, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family.
Yep. So all the residue today that represents 2/3, and they're choosing death rather than life, man. And that life is in Yahushua. That's the life and the light that lighteth all men of Israel. All right, the elect. Go ahead, brother.
Which remain.
If you see our light shining, then you see that light that's really from Yahushua.
Which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right. Why? Because the places that he has driven us to, that's where Jacob's picking up and learning the customs of the heathens again. All right. And under the curses, he said they're going to grope in darkness. What are they doing? Grabbing on anything they can hold on to. The wall and anything. Somebody, the devil, like, hey, this way. Grab this. They grab that rope and they get pulled into the damn oven.
Verse 4. Moreover, thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, shall they fall and not arise? Shall he turn away and not return?
Right.
And
right. See, the Lord gonna turn us away. He's gonna return us back to him. Go ahead. He did that. He's doing that now. Go ahead, brother.
Why then is this people of Jerusalem slid back by perpetual backsliding?
Yep, perpetual backsliding, man. Doing the moonwalk. Away from the Lord. Mocking him. Go ahead, brother.
They hold fast deceit. They refuse to return.
Right, they're refusing to return, man. You're gonna see them out here, in their costumes this week. That shit gonna look creepy, man. Everywhere you go, it's gonna be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
I hearkened and heard, but they spake not aright. No man repented of him, Slakia. No man repented him of his wickedness, saying, what have I done? Everyone turned to his course as the horse rusheth into the battle.
There you go, man. So nobody is saying, what have I done wrong? You know, instead they're rushing towards their destruction like a horse going to battle, with the rider being the devil on their back. Right? They're rushing to being used into the battle. The battle between good and evil. And they just the damn horse in the midst.
Verse 7.
Because every battle that you saw in the movies or in ancient times, the horse was right there in the midst of the battle, getting stabbed too with his rider. All right, so they're gonna get destroyed with their master Esau.
Verse 7. Yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times.
Right. Yep. Go ahead. The storks. Go ahead.
And the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming.
Right. It's like you go to the beach. You go to the beach. The turtles they begin to get their house in order before they begin to nest. Before they have eggs, they know where to go. They know the tide coming in, tide going out. But Israel does not know. They did not consider. Right, brother? That made it out of order.
But my people know not the judgment of the Lord.
See that? But our people don't know the judgments of the Lord, man. That everything that's happening is part of the judgments of the Lord. All right? And we out here warning them, and they just can't get it. All right? There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of awakeness. Go ahead, bro. They're dead.
No, that was it. That was verse 7.
This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not attained that which is seek for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. And that's to say, hey, we out here, we bringing the truth because of Yahweh Shai Shai put the spirit on us to seek out the truth, to seek out His word, and the rest they walk by, not even seeing. This is the gift that the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai gave to His people. And they walk by like it's nothing.
No, that's great. That's a good point. Good point. But the rest were blinded, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Just going and speaking on to what the elder was going into. Not just homosexual, not just the
the LGBT, all right, sodomy, all right, or the alphabet community, but just out of nature, Israel as a whole just being out of his courts, all right, and ultimately the Lord, by them continue on that way and crucifying the Lord afresh daily and day after day, the Lord is giving them up to that vile affection, to where he's blinded their eyes, according to what the brother Akkad brought out, the prayer of King David. They're subject to that. And the Lord allows the devil to do whatever the hell they want to do with it, run them to and fro and be a part of the madness.
Right. The Lord removed that. The Lord don't have a hedge around him. Right. You got something good?
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 8. Let me start at verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh, and his heart is turned away from his maker. And that's what 2,005 people are doing. They're turning their faces from Yahweh by going after the ways of this world, man, the ways of the other heathen, man. You know, being caught up in this system, man. You know.
Jeremiah 7:23.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end. And that's why they can't see what's in front of them. That's why they can't see the destruction. Because the Lord has a world in their hearts. So they can't understand anything that's not of this world, man. Just like how Yahweh Shai was not of this world, so they persecuted him. And they rejected him. Just like that, they're rejecting him now.
Right, man. That's why they celebrate all these holidays.
This is Jeremiah 7:23. But this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you.
Right, man. Yep. If they want well doing, if they want it to be well unto them, when all hell break loose, then the Lord said, turn to him and he'll be their power, man. But instead, they're choosing to make man their arm, their strength. They're trusting in man. You know, they're trusting in Esau. They're trusting in these these systems that's purposely made to twist them. They trust that has a history of racism and murder. They're trusting in religion and customs of these abominable nations, man. Horrific nations like Africans, man. Sticking their head up cow asses and shit. You know,
using cow dung to treat the floor before they put like fucking tile and stuff down, saying that the minerals that the cow eats from the 4 different plants that it eats create one chemical of cleansing.
Not even that. Not even that. Putting cow poop on their bodies to block the sun.
No.
You ever see them? They're like clay. They be putting mud on them. They put dookie on them to try to cool down from the sun. Yeah, they put it in their hair. They make the little locks out of it and shit.
Those are real shit.
Verse 24. But they hearken not, nor
they're not going to listen. My bad, girl. They're not going to listen, man. They hearken not. The Lord said, obey his voice. Who's his voice? The men of the Lord. All right, Jeremiah was the voice at that time. All right, he told Jeremiah, I have made you a defense city at this point. That's what we are. We are a defense city. Our people are not defense. That city represents New Jerusalem. And our defense is of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk into the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart.
See that? So they continue in that path that they're doing, even to this day. You know? Go ahead. To this day.
And went backward and not forward.
That's right, man. They're slipping down the hill. It's a slippery slope. Instead of going forward, they can't get right, and they're still going backwards.
Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt.
Right, since they were marching, they've been marching ever since.
Until this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets.
Right. So you think the Lord ain't gonna do that in these times? Send you his servants, the prophets again, his voice? Just like he sent during the times of Jeremiah, Isaiah, Micah, Zechariah, Zephaniah, Elijah. Go ahead, brother.
Daily, rising up early and sending them.
Right. Rising up early, meaning what? In the days of thy youth, before the destruction comes. All right. Before all hell breaks loose, the Lord is sending his prophets out to warn you. All right.
Yet,
yeah, go ahead, brother.
Verse 26. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers.
Right, man. They got stiff neck. Said they ain't gonna turn back. They ain't looking back at all. They gonna keep looking forward. All right, towards destruction. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hear. They will not hearken unto thee. Like,
right.
Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee.
Right, man. Just like people, just like he said, like children standing in the marketplace playing their song upon their flute, and the people haven't danced to the tune. All right, they can't pick up the signal. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 28. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, their power.
Right, so that's what we're saying to them. All these other nations, they're obeying their history and their idolatry. All right, the Lord said he set a God over every nation, meaning the power. Really talking about these demons over these nations, and they're obeying theirs. But we should obey our righteous power, the only true power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I hate seeing Muslims; they be strict. You see, they women covered from head to toe. You feel me? For fear. And then you see the men, they believe in keeping their stuff clean and all that. But at the same time, they commit murder and selling drugs and worshiping idols. See that, man? And they celebrating Halloween. But what about our women in the truth? They might wear a little headband. They got the head covered. Or they'll leave comments or something, but they ain't really trying to bring this thing together. You get what I'm saying? Let's bring it together, man. Let's get it to that point, man. The kingdom. Close as we can. But that's why we need Yahweh Shai. He gonna get everything in order. Go ahead, brother.
Nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth.
That's right, man. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. So these devils here are speaking all these lies, including Oprah. Yep. That's right, man. Trump too. All right, Biden, Dalai Lamas, the Pope. All right, what's up, brother? All right, now. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. The Israelites of the Bible, brother. All right, now. But, yeah, man, so there's no truth coming out of their mouth. All right? And the reason we say Amen instead of Amen, Amen goes back to a pagan idol named Amen-Ra. All right? So we say Amen. All right? I think it was like So Let It Be or something like that. All right? So, yeah, I can get him, but it's all good. Go ahead, brother. You got one?
Wow, that's African.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some Hamitic stuff, yeah.
Matthew 11 in verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Right, the word fellow goes back to fallen ones. All right, and children would be the elect. The Lord said we're supposed to have a childlike heart. All right, we're like the children, the little ones. And we're piping with the heart, and the people, and they're not dancing. You're going to kick them out the party after that. Y'all ain't dancing my tune, man. But they dancing at these clubs, they dancing at these concerts, they dancing at little Black, what's his name? Kodak Black and shit. They go crazy, man. Right?
Can't sing the
He
song.
talking about how somebody
Hey, at least like growing up in the 90s, I learned the 2030 song. They told us to sing that.
At least that. At least we have Bob Marley.
We was talking about the Veggie Tales and stuff.
You got Sesame Street.
Listen to,
At least we had Sesame Street, we had Count Dracula,
Yeah.
we had Cat in the Hat. We got now they got this dude, Kodak Black. That's it. He ain't
Got a magic school bus.
yeah, man. Captain Planet.
This is the book of Hosea 8 and 14. For Israel hath forgotten his maker, and built the temple, and Judah hath multiplied fenced city. But I will send a fire upon his city, and I shall devour the palace thereof.
Right, man. That's right. The Lord, that fire at that time, who's that, Jeremiah?
Hosea 8
Hosea?
and 14.
That's right, man. All right. So, yeah, man. So the Lord is sending the fire. That's talking about what? The missiles. All right. And that fire is going to start with the Lord kindling the fire. It's going to be the dollar crash. Yeah, go ahead. Black Friday. Yeah, yep, spending all that money on candy, and then they mess around and increase the rent next week. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have all that damn candy in the house. All right. So yeah, man, they build temples, they build churches unto these idols, Zeus, these Roman idols, for the Catholic Church, Baptist churches, all these different congregations. All right. Just like the clubs, those are harlot houses too. All right, where they push the music of these music artists. All right, work on the minds of the people. Jeremiah 7 and 9. 19, 7 and 19.
This is Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 19. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?
There you go. That was gonna look like Halloween, some confused asses walking around with all these damn costumes on, grown ass people. And they provoking themselves to be into that confusion. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. And they congregate behind the trees in the gardens, barbecuing and shit, encouraging each other. Yay, we're gonna keep being wicked. Hey. When the girl get up there damn butt ass naked and shit, other one's like, hey, you can't even talk to her and say stop. So many people around her, hey, how can you get through that and say, hey, sister? That record scum. Get him out of here, Bilal. Get your ass out of here. All right, Jeremiah 6 and 14. Any precept school, so let me know. All right, bro.
This is 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking around in their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And for this, they are ignorant of that by the word of God, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished.
And so think about it like this. Like when you tell somebody, man, 2 weeks ago I had a dude I've been trying to teach since I came in the truth come to my house, and I was like, bro, we in the end times. Man, I've been hearing that since my grandma been telling me that her grandma been telling me. Every time somebody talking about, man, them biblical days, they always say that because they act like, you know what I'm saying, because the Lord is a God of patience and long suffering, they feel like he ain't coming. Oh, we always talking about it. Everybody keep talking, when these last days coming? They here.
Yeah, they say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Son.
Yeah, where the Lord at? This happened there.
Yeah.
Why they let all this happen to us in slavery? And they don't understand that the Most High is a king. All right?
Man, 'cause I got a friend like that as well, man. He'll scoff and mock at the scriptures. And I told him one day, I'm like, man, because he usually talk about how when Moses parted the sea. And I was like, man, if the Lord did it any other type of way, like how you would have perceived it, you still wouldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're hard headed and they just think it's just like a damn fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale, man. It's history. You know?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, just to back up what the brother Kanak was saying and the brother Rakah
about how our people, because things ain't happened yet, they're like, oh, this and all that. But look here. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because that slap or that jab or that punch ain't came yet, or that destruction ain't came yet, our people in their mind, it is fully set to be in contrary to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So they think because ain't nothing happened or ain't nothing happening according to their way of thinking or opinion, they're fully set to continue in the ways that they've been continuing in.
Right, so far beyond all they look for.
God, so when it actually comes, it's going to be too late for them to even do anything.
Right, the frog,
Noah. It's the time of Noah.
Yeah, that's that frog in the pot. You know, philosophy. That's why the Lord said, "Gonna come as a thief in the night." They're gonna be caught off guard unexpectedly. I pray he show up. Something happens when they're in their costumes, man. That'd be great. Yeah. Let's run them down. Go ahead, bro.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, 25. But they have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So that's what the Lord gonna do. He's gonna mock at you, man. You know what I'm saying? Go back to wearing that damn Batman costume that your ass was wearing. You know, see if that Batman costume can save your ass in that day. You know what I'm saying? See if you could grow wings and fly the fuck away when the earthquake comes or when the flood comes. You know?
Like a lot of our women like to dress up in bunny and maid outfits. Well, let's see how them bunny and maid outfits go. But don't want to dress up in bunny and maid outfit, but don't want to serve nobody. Just like the Lord said, let's let those bunny and those maid outfits and those Batman costumes and Superman and Spider-Man costumes save you in that thing.
They'll mock us for wearing garments. They'll mock us for wearing garments, but then you see them on Halloween, they got on the whole get up. Or you see them on Easter, Snoop Dogg in the fucking bunny outfit.
Like the elder was saying, he said, you hope something happens. Yeah, I do too. I hope you get stuck in your costume so you can't take it off. You got to walk around like that for the rest of your life till it's destruction. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 7. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Nevertheless, he saved them from his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths as through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. They believed his words. They sang his praise. They soon forgot his works. They waited not for his counsel, but justed exceedingly in the wilderness and tempted God in the desert. And he gave them their requests, but sent leanness into their soul. You know, so 2/3 of our people have that leanness and that fatness around their la'ab today to where they can't subscribe to this truth. They can't see the prophecy come to pass. They can't hear the truth when it's being spoken around them. All right, and that's why, because they are their forefathers living out that judgment from then. All right, when the Lord saved them out of the first Egypt. All right, even though they wanted to run back into Egypt, he saved them anyway. All right, but the Lord rebuked everything around them just to bring them out of the bondage that they wanted to continue in. All right, so now that we being in the second Egypt, the Lord is not going to save 2/3 of our people out of this second Egypt. Man, he's going to give them that judgment that they wanted back then, that they should have, that he didn't give them back then.
Yeah, they called it turn up so.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, lest they shall see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their hearts and convert and be healed. And so that's why the Lord make their hearts fat this time, because he ain't gonna allow 2/3 to believe. Because you ain't believe when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, so he ain't gonna be a believer in this time. So your ears are gonna be sealed and singed with the fatness of this earth. So you're only gonna, because to believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is a spiritual thing. So you have to be a spiritual driven individual. But if you're a natural man, you receive not the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because these things are spiritually discerned. So they're walking around carnally, and a carnal person is enmity with the Most High, man. So they're going to continue in drunkenness and riotness in the night when Yahweh Shai shows up, and then they're going to realize it's too late.
This is the book of Sirach 15:17 all the way to the 20. Before man is life and death, and whether him liker should be giving him. For the wisdom of the Lord Jehovah Shai is great, and he's a mighty in power, and behold all things, and his eye are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of men. He had commanded no man to do wickedly, neither had he given any man license to sin.
Esau giving license to sin. The Lord saying he's not the author of wickedness, man. He's not the author of confusion. All right? Yep. He said, what? You can have it, like T.I. said, you can have whatever you like. They can have whatever they like, man. They want destruction, they're going to get it. If you want righteousness, you're going to get that. All right? If you're searching for righteousness, that's just what you're going to get, because Yahweh Shai is returning to bring it. This is a fact. This is reality. All right? But if they're looking for wickedness and they're looking for death, trying to call demons and dead people up, well, they're going to get death. Exactly what they're looking for. Right,
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So that's why we're looking for this place to be destroyed. That's why we're not out there partying and bullshitting with the rest of them, because guess what? We want a righteous heaven and a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we understand that the first heaven and earth must be passed away, man. So this time period needs to be, the Lord needs a righteous kingdom and a wicked kingdom cannot stand at the same time. So the Lord has to destroy it, just like you can't put new wine in old bottles. So he has to destroy this system, right? And on the ashes of this system, set up a righteous kingdom on earth.
Ain't no phoenix out of the ashes. America ain't gonna rise again. It's over. Lord about to destroy this one. Just like he did destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Just like he brought down the Roman Empire. It's over.
So, book of Baruch 4:18 all the way to 21.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to Jeremiah 6, man.
For he that brought this plague upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemy. Go your way, Silaka, go your way, all my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, and put off upon me the sackcloth of my prayer.
All right, so, right, we're supposed to be in a state of mourning, praying, rinsing our garments, putting ashes upon our head from a spiritual standpoint, because of all the wickedness we see everywhere. But you have 2/3 of our people that put on the clothing and the covering of the wicked. So, because they want to party and bullshit and partake in what they see. But they don't want to suffer. They don't want to enter into the straits.
I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, all my children. Cry unto the Lord Yahweh Shai, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemy.
All right, so now, but you got to understand and know who your enemy is.
Yeah, their power is on the left-hand side.
And our people can't see that, man. Our people cannot see that. They're looking at Esau as their friend. They only killed us a little bit. They stopped. But no, he's our enemy all the way until the end, man. And the same ones that the Lord said he's gonna make war with from generation to generation, Amalek, they're the ones who's running everything. They're the chief house of Esau, man. And so, and our people are running straight to them, door to door, trying to be partakers, and they want to be just like. But they don't realize you are them. They're playing. They're acting like the children of God in a wicked way. But we are the children of Yahweh by Shai. So now we need to understand righteousness.
Somebody get that Jeremiah 6 and where was that?
Jeremiah 6.
Where was that? Somebody already started reading it? 14? Yeah. Start over at 19.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, starting at verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying,
Right. They healed the daughter of the Lord's people slightly. What's that? Civil rights. Gave them some type of rights here in America. Gave them more rights to be wicked, really. Right? They did it slightly. They ain't give us no freedom. Go ahead, brother.
come on. But my people slightly saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
There is no peace. That's what the Lord's saying. Like they're saying peace, but the Lord's saying there is no peace. Why? Because our people still in wickedness. There is no peace, man. All right? And they're saying peace, peace. And they gave them some form of freedom just so they could be more wicked. So they could walk around upon their feet spiritually dead. And that way Esau can abuse them and use them. Something that's dead, you can do what you want with it. All right? And that's what they're doing. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 15. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination?
Right. So yeah, don't get ashamed now when they get their ass whooped. When the Lord put hell on them, don't get ashamed now. You're gonna say, well, they're ashamed when they were committing their abomination? When you were ashamed on Halloween, when you were dressed up like the damn, like you said, Batman and shit? All right, somebody, go ahead, brother.
Nay,
No, that's right, nay.
they were not at all ashamed.
They're not at all ashamed when they walking around that damn bunny outfit. You'd think a grown man would be ashamed.
There,
Or that Santa Claus, Satan Claus outfit. They have no shame, man.
neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall.
Right, they're going to fall amongst the heathen. All right, they're going to fall and get that judgment with the heathen. Go ahead.
At the time that I visit them,
Right, when the Lord starts to visit, how does the Lord visit? Through judgment, through fire, through storm. And now the Lord is visiting the earth according to 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Go ahead, brother.
they shall be cast down, saith the Lord.
All right, they're going to be cast down. All right, cast down, man. See that? Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
All right, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing in these times. Standing in the path and seeing, looking out. The proverb says what? Wisdom cried without in the streets. All right, look in the paths. What's the paths? Out in the streets, out in the highways and byways, not standing in the highway literally, man. You got some jakes still teaching, and they teaching on you don't see the damn white strip on the street. You like they really on the damn road. There'll be nothing but cars around. Like, yo, they tripping, man. Stop hiding, man. Go around them people. And also in the highways and byways, meaning the internet highway. All right? Information highway. Right, bro?
Where is the good way, and walk therein?
Right. Ask for the good way. Ask the men of the Lord, man, for the good way. Once you hear about it, Revelations 1 and 3, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things that are written. See that? And walk in that way. From that point, no turning back, no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes, no putting off from day to day. All right, make it immediate choice. Go ahead, brother.
And ye shall find rest for your souls.
Right, if you're looking for rest for your soul, this is it.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
All right, man. They said they will not do it, man. Ain't that something? That's so prideful and cold, man. That's right. You got
Interjection.
Yeah, go ahead. Interjection.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. So the Lord is going to surely revenge of you for your pride. It said pride was not made for man.
Right. Right. That's that do as thou wilt spirit. Right. Do what the hell they want. Nobody rule me. Even a lot of the sisters are saying that too. Not the women in the truth, but women that be out here half naked all over Instagram, IG. The scriptures say that men should become lovers of their own selves. By man, it just means people. People are becoming lovers of their own selves. And it's through that vanity mirror, which is called the internet, that phone. The black mirror, yeah. Witchcraft. Once again. Once again.
Hmm.
All right? That's right, man. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, always make it.
Verse 17. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken.
Right, so the Lord has set up watchmen over the people. That's why he said rule in the house. The watchmen are over the people, not under the people. They're over them, man. Set up to guide the people into the kingdom. The future rulers of the kingdom, you know? The men of the Lord, which is going to sit upon thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them.
Right, man.
Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon his people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it.
That's right, you want to watch the movie The Conjuring? Oh, that's what he's going to give you. What's another one? Spooky ass movie. Legion? I don't know what the hell that's it. Celtic, the shit with the girl, Exorcist? You know, that, like, what's his name? The dude that was killing people. Jeffrey Dahmer. He trapped that dude in that room, and but he had poltergeist on the TV. Yeah. I ain't see the movie. I watched the court. Oh shit. Yeah, I watched the court. So I watched them say it in the court. I ain't watching the movie.
Hmm.
All right, but yeah, man. If they want all that, they're going to see some rated R movies, some creepy shit. But the Lord gonna give them just that.
Hmm.
You want to dress up like a monster, He gonna give you that. All right. Go ahead, brother.
James 5:15 and 16. And the prayer of faith should save the sick. And the prayer of faith should save the sick. And the Lord Yahweh Shai should raise him up. And if he hath committed sins, they should be forgiven him. Confess your fault one to another, and pray one for another, that ye might be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
Availeth much, right? So, right, man. So you want a man of the Lord to pray for you. You know? The prayer of the righteous availeth much. You know, that's just it. You don't want to go to these churches and have them praying over you. Like they did for Obama when he got elected.
Hmm.
They circle around you, put their hands on you and shit. All right? You better park that shit like the river.
See.
You know? So let's get Isaiah 30 and 1. What's up, brother? Shalom. Isaiah 30 and 1.
This is Isaiah 30 and 1.
Yep.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right? They want to come. They want to cover themselves with Ninja Turtle outfits and shit. That was you gonna see Jake doing. You know. But then, with them, next thing you know, you walk in the street and they out of the costume. They stand. Who the fuck you looking at? You know what I mean? But they want all the attention on that day. He said, what? They take a covering, but not of the Lord. All right? They want to cover themselves in Halloween outfit. Look like some weenies. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 12. And by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders wrought among the people. And they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. And of the rest durst no man join himself to them, but the people magnified them. And believers were the more added to the Lord, multitudes, both of men and women, insomuch that they brought forth the sick into the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at the least the shadow of Peter passing by might overshadow some of them. So in that time, all right, when it was evident that those were the men of the Lord, those were the apostles, those were one of the 12, they just wanted to be in the midst of Peter, in the midst of John, and just to be in a shadow, all right, just to be in the midst of them was a blessing in its own, because they can be cleansed, they can be healed, all right. So you will want to seek who those men out today, all right. coming in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who's bearing that Urim and the Thummim, who's bearing that light.
Right? And the only one that's going to want us, that's going to want to stand in the shadow of great men, that's what the Lord called the men of the Lord, great men. All right? The only one that's going to want to stand in their shadow, meaning under their protection, because our protection is Yahweh, and he got enough covering to cover all of us. For us to share with others and tell people, hey, come stand here with me under this covering. You know? The only one that's going to do that are the lost sheep. And that's what the Lord was sending his elect to, the lost sheep that were waiting for the shepherd. All right? He called them as sheep having no shepherd. They believed, but they were waiting for the men of the Lord to show up. They were waiting for Yahweh, all right?
Appreciate it.
Right, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 2 Timothy 3:13 all the way to 16. But deceiving and vain deceit.
That's right, man. They waxing worse and worse, man. As information is increased, imagine that. Think about it. We're in the time of information increasing. What type of information is out here? Worldly wisdom, wickedness, darkness. So that means what? Wickedness is increasing. Darkness is increasing. Confusion is increasing, man. As they begin to learn and grow more. And now you see death happening all over the world in a matter of an hour on your phone. You know, before you didn't know that. Now it's like nothing but death. You know? So people passing around knowledge, and they're growing more off of bullshit. Go ahead, brother.
But continue thou in the thing which thou hast learned and hast been.
For us, we're going to continue in that one stream. You know, not many, everything that's popping up, the information age. Us, we're going to continue to hang on to that one anchor. All right, that one rope, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, the truth. All right, that river that's flowing from heaven straight to us. That's all we need, man. That line that's going out, that fishing line. Go ahead, brother.
Knowing of whom thou hast learning.
That's right, that singleness of heart. Go ahead, up.
And that from a shield thou hast known the holy scripture, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation.
Right, not only knowing that, but also knowing who we got it from. You know, not being a dumbass out here, not knowing your master's crib. You know, the ox knows his owner and the ass is master's crib. So we know our owner and we know our master's crib. We know that we're Israelites. All right, we know about the kingdom. That's the crib. That's the glory.
Salvation through faith, which is in Yahweh Shai.
That's right, man. That's right. Know about that salvation. Let me get Proverbs 21 and 16.
21 and 16.
Yep. And then Proverbs 3 and 31.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
There you go. Groping in the dark, wandering out of the way of understanding, walking up that straight line. All right? And they go down many other paths. And they remain in the congregation of the lost, the congregation of the dead, man. All right? Even going so far as to put on costumes to promote it. All right? Their dead state. All right? That was it.
It says, he that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man.
There you go. So those that love pleasure, you're going to wind up going broke. You're going to run out of money. That's what these corporations are doing, trying to take all your money, all their money.
Hey, especially in these times with hyperinflation and all that stuff is going on, to where they draining us for the little bit that we do have extra, if you got any extra, you know?
Yep. Fraction of reserve currency, taxes, interest rate hikes. All right, hyperinflation on the shelf.
While just trying to help these corporations just close down and buy out.
That's right, bro.
Break even, so to speak.
Yeah, before they shut it down. Yeah, that candy gonna be high price this year. You right? And them outfits, them costumes, they cost money. I think rubber is more worth money. Rubber is worth more than $1 in plastic now. Proverbs chapter 3, 33 and 31, all the way to 33.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Right, don't envy the oppressor, man. Don't envy things that they're doing. Right?
And choose none of his ways.
Right, choose none of their ways, man. Witchcraft. You know, Hallows Eve. European harvest celebration. Going back to Samhain, which was a harvest celebration as well. All right.
Verse 32.
Right. It goes back to the 16th century, man. Them damn Greeks and the Romans.
Verse 32. For the forward is abomination to the Lord Yahweh.
Right. What's that called? The Celtics? You say Celtic, we say Celtics. Same thing. But that goes back to the Anatolia. And Anatolia goes back to, like, I think, Greece area. All right. And from Anatolia, that's where Edom went into the Anatolia. And then from Anatolia, they went over to Thrace. All right. And then from Thrace, they went to Germany. And that's where you get Teman in them. All right. And then the Greece. They went to other parts of Greece, and they helped to, they established the Roman Empire with a lot of these Syrian nations as well. So the original Roman Empire was mixed. All right. That's what they called it the time of the commons.
It says, for the forward is abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but its secret is with the righteous.
Right. So the secrets are with the righteous, man. Right here in your basic neighborhoods, your average Jake. Standing on the corners, teaching on the side of the streets, in the parks, wherever. The secret is with us, man. Not the secret is not with Oprah. Yeah, it never was.
Verse 33.
Right.
It says, the curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked.
Right. The curse is in the house of the wicked, man. The house of the thief. All right. So the Lord has this place cursed. Go ahead, brother.
It says, but he blesses the habitation of the just.
All right. So 2/3 is going to be part of that curse. And the Lord is going to bless the household of the just, man. All right. Because in these houses, they celebrate Halloween and all these wicked holidays. All right. They try to outdo each other on Christmas and shit with the lights.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Corporations making money around that time, man.
Run up that light bill.
Running up the electric bill. You know, stealing more power from the earth. Wasting it.
Light pollution. Can't see the stars at night.
Right, man. Blinding people.
Yeah.
Fucking up your retinas.
The carbon emissions going up.
Carbon emissions. Yep. So, 2nd Ezra 15 and 10. Any precept? You got one?
I'm not sure. I'll bring it out.
You can break it down.
This is the book of Hosea 9 and 10. I found Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your fathers as the fish stripe in the fig tree at her first time. But they went into Baal Peor and separated themselves unto that shame, and their abominations were according as they loved.
Right. People were pure at first, and they went chasing after Baal, which is Jesus, and that's what it leads them to. They chase after these idols, and under these idols they have customs, right? So those customs represent pagan religion, all right? Pagan practices, I should say, that lead back to idolatry. Okay, so everything they're practicing leads back to idolatry, man. Idols that they worship. All right? So the Lord going to destroy them for that. Go ahead, brother. That was good. You could have had that one. All right, go ahead.
2nd Ezra.
Yeah, 15 to 10.
2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right, how they being led through the radio? You get in the radio. I mean, you get in the car. First thing you hear, oh, Halloween this year, something, right? They being led. They being baited along. All right. The proof is this: around voting season, the Lord said we're not supposed to vote. You know, they're looking to vote somebody of our nation.
They got billboards. Go out, vote.
What they call that?
Propaganda.
But it's something. It's like a campaign.
Oh, yeah.
So they campaigning, man. They're campaigning for Satan.
They even have like our people, stars of people.
Yeah.
Vote. They tell them to go vote.
Oh, didn't he have the what was that?
Vote or die.
Vote or die.
Vote or die.
This upcoming year, the following is Trina and Alphabet Community. Trina and Alphabet.
Yeah, right. I seen that.
Yeah. Vote or die. I thought you eat vegetables or die.
That's a correct way. Alphabet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They also got your boy
got your boy Al Sharpton. He is now saying, if you don't vote, you're not a man.
Yeah, he said that. That's
Al Sharpton.
that's the psyche that the elders talking about. That
That's
playing
that
on the
witchcraft.
minds of the people. That's the witchcraft.
That's that witchcraft, man. You know, these holidays, they have these celebrities come out, have parties about it. They get people on the video games, you know. On the games, they had that theme for the month. On TV and the cartoons.
My question is, why I gotta vote for what's right? Why I gotta? You want things to start being right for our people, right? Then vote on it. I gotta vote for righteousness. That shit doesn't make any sense.
But they say, they always say, all right, so if you give them a reason not to vote, it's like both of them are wicked. They'll be like, well, lesser of two evils. No, bro, I don't want to choose no evil.
Yeah, well, this is how voting works. 'Cause who was that? The Rothschild that said that. What was his name? He said, "Give me control over the nation's money. I care not what they do with their laws." And they don't care who the politicians are. You know, so voting works by giving your rights away. Just like when you go get a license at a DMV, us sitting in those offices, we're giving our rights away. Didn't know it. As soon as you sit in there and sign up for a license, you give your rights away as a driver. So that's when you get pulled over and you say, well, I'm going to come my rights. They're like, you gave that away. What you doing? Get out of the car. So when you go vote, you're saying that I agree that we should be governed. That's it. Whichever side. I'm voting for this side or this side, but I agree that y'all are going to govern over us. That's it. And we agree to be in tax. That's it. That's all they care about. All right? And they established who they want in place. The elite. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. It says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee,
Right, you look like a computer wizard, right?
whom the Lord thy power shall choose.
Yeah, where's kid?
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Right, so we're not supposed to set Obama nation over. You see him creeping back up, pushing for the primaries or whatever they call it, down here in the South, trying to get everybody to go vote. Well, Obama is a Hamite. He popping back up. I seen him yesterday campaigning. You know, giving Jake that false sense of reality when he was in office, put everybody right back to sleep. Just like with this false sense of normality, where they say they'll show you the norm, but they'll create a fake norm, then they'll take it away and say we're going to get it back to that. And now, as you're moving forward into this new world order, they're still looking back, waiting for some type of false reality to return, and it's never going to return. Yep, that point.
I was gonna say, and when you don't vote, the first thing they do is say, well, you the problem. I'm not the
Yeah.
problem because basically I didn't vote. I didn't trust in the system. You trusted in the system, so you the problem because you trusted in it. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, all these people out here voting, Halloween, Christmas, you see what I'm saying? These are the same people that was dancing whenever they heard Nebuchadnezzar flute. You see what I'm saying? They was doing it way back then. The same spirits back then, they doing it now.
All right, man. And they do it so they can, invest in their businesses and, reap the benefit of the heathen, man. And I got a precept for that too. And it says, this is Jeremiah 12:13. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. So they're going to be ashamed in that day because of the fierce anger of the Lord, man. They yell, vote. They even provoke us to vote. They'll harass the shit out of us just so we can vote for something we don't care about. Yeah, when you go on Facebook or Instagram, they always throw stuff at you like, oh, don't forget to go out and vote. Like,
vote 2024.
Yeah.
This ain't can't.
Hey, let's look. We already read over 13, second Ezra.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. I'm starting back at verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
There you go. So the Lord is going to smite this place, biblical Egypt, with plagues as before. All right.
Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it.
Right, man. So, yep. All the plagues, all the apparitions. I wasn't going to go into it, but you can read Wisdom of Solomon 17. I'm going to try to do the whole chapter. We ain't going to do that right now. But you can read that chapter from 1 to 21. And you'll see about the plagues, man. Like the apparitions, the Lord had lions dripping water, birds chirping, hard rocks falling, scaring the shit out of people in the dark, animals howling and yelling out in the damn mountains.
Masquerade faces.
Yeah, the masquerade, what do you call it, mad face and all that? Yeah.
Masquerade shit.
Yo, yeah. But, you know, and the boogeyman, shit like that. That was the Lord going to bring on these people. All their haunts. When all the lights go out, all they're going to think about is the movies they was watching. Stephen King and shit. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be, you hate to be around there. Oh, shit. It's dark. That could be a ghost. I hate being around people like that. I'm like, no, that's just the damn wind. It opened the door. They be spooked, man. First thing coming to their head is like a movie they saw.
Like when you take away all their distractions, the only thing left in their mind is wickedness.
That's right.
Because that's they in the time of their leisure, that's what they fill their mind with. That's why the scriptures say in the time of leisure, get learning. All right, in the time of your youth and your leisure, you're supposed to be filling it with righteousness, with how to adorn yourself with the spirit and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right, man.
When you're in the midst of this darkness.
Right, so that's what they fill their cup up with, bullshit. And that's like eating junk food. You know, they've been eating no vegetables. Look at Daniel in
Babylon.
Yeah, Daniel in Babylon when he ate pulse and they ate the king's meat. You know?
Where he ate herbs.
Yeah, he ate herbs. It was basically pulse. This is seeds. Yep. So he had seeds, and they had, think about that, the tiniest grains, and they had a table full of pork and meat, you know, and they got sick, and Daniel and them were healthy and strong.
But check this out. So they got our people in darkness. They're creating that darkness, right? So there's no fear because they're creating the darkness, right? But pretty soon, Yahweh Shai is going to create. He said, woe to them to desire the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So he's going to be creating that darkness and putting the fear upon them, man. So they, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
all right, this is Psalm 73 and 19. It says, how are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terror. So 2,005 people are going to be consumed with these terrors, with these calamities, and these sorrows and pains that the Lord is going to avenge this place with, So, this is what? It says they are utterly consumed with terror. So they're going to be utterly consumed with terror. It ain't going to be no way or form of running from it, man.
Right. They're going to be consumed with it, man. Right? It says the devil go about seeking whom he may devour. And they're going to be utterly consumed. Right, bro.
It's Isaiah chapter 66 and 4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before my eyes and choose that in which I delighted not.
Right, man. Everybody got choices. And they're choosing what the Lord hates instead of what the Lord loves. All right? And the Lord loves just doing his work. The Lord loves those that repent and that honor his son, Yahweh Shai, and that's willing to repent and turn back to him. But instead, our people are choosing that which he hates. They can't get right, They're moving in that spirit of Cain. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, and that for that purpose, the Lord's gonna choose their delusions, man. Hey, just the scriptures say he knows the amount of hairs on your head, so he knows what you don't like as well, what you're scared of. So he gonna put that before you. He's gonna present that to you for disobeying.
That's right, man. He knows exactly what is scared his creation.
This is the book of Amos chapter 5 verse 19. Actually 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. as if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him, or went to the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. God, man. So in that day, well, whenever you're rushing and you going off of impulse, not knowing which way to go, going to and fro, not having that sound mind, you're gonna be batshit crazy. You're gonna be playing one thing, you lean your hand on the wall, you're gonna think it's Jason or some shit, or you're gonna think it's Freddy. And that's the type of mindset they'll have. They say, okay, that we'll wait until that day comes. But so soon as that day comes, then they're out of it. They go in there and start doing more vile things than they were before.
Right, man. The Lord gonna put the spirit on these people to become the monsters that they fear. Like the woman, I seen a woman the other day on the news. She was breaking down this old Edomite's house, breaking the windows. Windows shattered, almost killed the baby. The baby was right next to the window, and she had a pickaxe. That's like some movie shit. Then you got Esau, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a true story that they filmed out in West Virginia. So these things, they're gonna bring it back. All right. What else? Jason. Yeah, man. They got everybody wearing the Jason mask, hiding their face now, like Kanye West and them doing. All right, go ahead. Oh yeah, they got the mask and shit. Everybody got a mask on.
This is Book of Revelation, 21, 7 and 8.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hunger Games out here, man.
21 and 7. He that overcome shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, Jehovah Shai, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and warmongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars. That part is going straight to Zechariah when he say that he cannot be judged by lying. So shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Yeah, right. So that's the judgment coming for everybody that's partaking in this thing, man. And that's the second death. The first death was the flood. The second death is going to be the missiles, man. That's judgment, pure judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Hey, go ahead, finish this off real quick. Hey, make sure you keep your ear out so we don't bring the precepts out twice.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Going. 2nd Ezra 15, 13.
Okay, yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, that was it. All right, so okay, 1 Samuel 28 and 8. Any precept? Right, I got it.
This is just a precept to back up what the brother Yawal was saying about how our people are going to take place. And the second death, i.e. the lake of fire, the ultimate judgment of this place. This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 6. It says, for the Most High hated sinners and will repay judgment unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. So the Lord hates the sinner and he hates the sin that the sinner is committing. And the Lord said, well, he's going to repay vengeance to their face, meaning when it comes down to it, the Lord going to judge a lot of people right to their very face. So meaning they're going to see their judgment coming and they're not going to be able to put it off. And it says the Lord keeps them against the day of punishment. So he's preserving them up to the time of the ultimate punishment, the ultimate destruction for being disobedient, hard-headed, and disrespectful.
This is Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So if you piss off the Lord, he got a goonie up there waiting on you, and he waiting on you to cross that bound so he can send him after you, and he's going to appease that wrath that Yahweh has. He's just waiting on you to run that tab up.
Yeah, man. I told my children the real monsters are people. They the monsters, man. Yeah, every time they took out the cat, yeah. They took out the costume. There was humans under there. They're the real monsters, man. And the Lord said, Jake, a lot of the wicked women were gonna give birth to monsters. There's gonna be a lot of killing on that night, Halloween, around this time. All right. 1 Samuel 28:8.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28 and verse 8.
All right, we're gonna briefly go through this.
And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit.
Right, this was Saul. All right, because Samuel had died at this point and went to the spirit realm. And now Saul, he was afraid of those Philistines that was gathering in the mountains. I think it was the Amorites, if I'm not mistaken. And they were gathering in the mountains, and Saul needed answers. So he had no way of getting in contact with the Lord spiritually. Because the Lord didn't give it to him by divination, by prophecy, by Urim and Thummim, by nothing. By Samuel, nobody. All right, and the Lord didn't talk to him because Saul was being wicked. So he cut that silver cord. That's right. All right, he cut him off. So Saul chose to go about it his own way, just like Jake out here today. So, seeking the Lord through witchcraft, through the left-hand side, and that's the wrong way to go. All right, and by doing so, he saw a soothsayer, or what you would call a necromancer, somebody that conjures up spirits. All right, so when people celebrate Halloween, they take part in that necromancy, man, conjuring up the dead. All right, go ahead, brother. Halloween, the Day of the Dead.
I mean, they even got places you can go to and buy stuff like Ouija boards.
Ouija boards and shit. Come on, man. They got all that. The candles, the big ass candles, the Latinos use, Northern tribes.
I mean, the same place we go and get our incense and sage.
Yeah.
They got that.
They got that. I know. I hate that shit.
they guard that shit. Like you just trying to smell good. They be like, oh.
Man, when I go in the incense store, I be having no horse blinders. Trying to look at that, no touching that. Yeah, man. Work that shit. Go ahead, bro. So, yep, go ahead.
Back at 1 Samuel 28 and 8. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment.
Right, that's what Jake doing, disguising themselves, putting on other raiment, trying to hide themselves. Go ahead.
And he went, and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring him up, whom I shall name unto thee.
Right, so yeah, go ahead.
And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he have cut off those that have familiar spirits.
Right, see? And the woman was looking at him like, hold up, you heard about Saul, right? And she was talking to Saul, and she didn't know it. And she was like, Saul went around killing all the witches. And he left some here and there. He didn't know. But he went around and sought out one and found one. And he found her. Go ahead.
And the wizards out of the land, wherefore thou layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die?
Right, and that's the same thing Alexander did. Alexander went and sought soothsayers and witches so he could try to win his battles. All right? Just like on the movie 300. The Con Air and all that shit. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Verse 10. And Saul swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing.
Oh, being wicked, man. That's what Jake's saying today. Nothing shall happen. No evil shall befall thee for being wicked and witches and all that. Go ahead.
Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel.
Right. Yep.
And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice.
That's that conjuring they talk about, conjuring up. Go ahead.
She cried with a loud voice, and the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul,
he was desperate. He like, wait, just tell me what you saw. Just tell me what you saw.
He said, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth.
Yeah, so she saw the apparitions. She either saw it as a vision or she saw apparitions. But I believe she saw it as a vision, like we was talking about it earlier, like the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg. And he was talking to her, and she was like, "I see this," and putting eyes like Cleo, reading tarot cards and shit, stuff like that.
Because those females, they act as if they see those illusions, like that read tarot cards,
Yeah.
and they talk to
Dead and all that shit.
Oshun, the
Lying
dead,
like a motherfucker.
Legba, whatever they don't subscribe to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which they should be subscribing to. Those names should be the prophets of the scriptures.
That's right, man. That's right. And the bones, they be reading the bones.
Yeah, it's similar like Greek mythology.
Greek mythology and
myth.
voodoo.
Voodoo.
Voodoo, hate over in Haiti, they heavy into that. So this is like a real wicked time of year because they made it so. You know, the season of fall is beautiful, man. It's the latter rain. You got the early rain, which would be in spring. The latter rain is in the fall. So it's a beautiful time of year to harvest, but they've corrupted that. You know, and they've paid homage to their pagan Edomite idols, like the hunter moon goes back to one of their idols that they worship.
I also want to add on that Halloween. Well, Halloween is the only time of year that they kind of lift the veil on what's really going on in America. Because Christmas is just as wicked as Halloween, Valentine's Day, New Year's, Easter, all that stuff is just as wicked as Halloween. But Halloween is when the veil is lifted, and you can really see it for what it is. Those skulls, those dead bodies, all those ghosts, those enchantments and stuff like that. That's what's really being going on.
Right, man.
Because America's always 24/7 every day with you, for real.
Yeah. Let's keep going a little bit. Good point, too. I'm just
Back at 1 Samuel 28, verse 14. And he said unto her, what form is he of?
Right, so he was seeing Samuel in the spiritual form. All right? So to give you an idea of how we would look in the spirit. Go ahead, brother.
And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stood.
That's right, man. A wise spirit, even in the spirit realm. All right?
Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself.
Right, so she saw an ancient figure. You know? They saw Samuel. And look what Samuel told Saul, man, for dealing with necromancy and witchcraft. You know, and you know how Jake like to say they talk to the dead, like you were saying, especially in that Africanism, in the Egyptology. I talked to my ancestors. Yeah, the ancestors told me, what's their name? Blue pill, red pill, man. They some demons. They be with Sa nigga and them, the Watazar. They always talking about the ancestors are out here today. We're gonna take the ancestors in here and they're gonna give us this wisdom. He's like, what the hell? Don't bring no ancestors with me. There's only room for one.
How about you go where them ancestors is at?
Yeah, I ain't got enough room in this car for all them ancestors. So it'll give you a ride, homie, but you can't bring all that with you. Go ahead,
Verse 15. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up?
Well, Samuel was at rest. You know, so we leave these bodies, we at rest in the spirit world. And he was at rest. He said, why you disquieted me? I told you, people leave this earth, they don't want to come back here. What the hell wrong with you, man? You trying to bring me back to this mess. Yeah, this hell. Go ahead. The body of this death.
And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and Yahweh is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what shall I do, what I shall do.
And that's what Jake's doing. Just because Jake ain't not getting any answers, the Lord has hidden himself. He had to wait and be patient for the Lord to wake up his prophets and send his voice out. Instead, they went through the wide gate. All right, they've hidden under every green tree, trying to seek answers. That's why there's a cry for wine in the street. They're crying out for the philosophies of these nations. They're crying out for answers from Esau. They're crying out for false doctrine from these religions and churches and these witches and warlocks and Muslim Islam. You know?
Hey, can I add on?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, just like how you were saying, how the camp was mentioning earlier, all right, pertaining to like worshiping the dead. All right, they're getting ready to worship the dead, but then this is Saul basically going to a necromancer, conjuring up the dead, and the dead basically answering back like, why you disquieted me? Man?
Yeah,
Like, I'm at peace. Like, you don't want to help. You don't give a damn what's going on down here.
right.
Well, the scripture we read earlier was on 7 days shall a person mourn for the dead, but the foolish for the rest of their life.
That's right, man. 7 days. Let them go. They like kick your ass when they come back. All right.
All right, verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then doest thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee and is become thy enemy?
Yeah, that's why I believe what this woman was seeing was a vision, you know? Because Samuel, his spirit was in the heavens. His spirit wasn't in the ground. You know what I mean?
Verse 17. And the Lord have done to him, and the Lord have done to him as he spake by me, for the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thy hand and given it to thy neighbor, even to David.
This is all probably he's telling her this is going to happen. All right, go ahead.
Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore have the Lord done this thing unto thee this day.
There you go, man. Yep. Any more? I think one more.
Maybe 19.
That was it. 19? Yeah, maybe. Like Saul died, I think.
Verse 19. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the land of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. The Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines.
There you go, man. All right, this was set. Either you want to conjure me up, all right, this was the message I got for you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Yeah, he said that. He said that. Tomorrow you're going to join. He's going to join him. It's like, yo. What?
Hey, Saul probably like, sit him back, sit him back.
Yeah, man. Lord, it's a joke. Micah 5:11. Yeah, man, we're not supposed to deal with all that. Conjuring up the dead, honoring the dead, and all that madness, man. You honor the Lord, because the Lord said he's alive. And he's not the father of the dead. You know, the spirit, when the body died, the spirits are alive.
Micah 5:11.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is Micah chapter 5, verse 11.
Oh, wait, 15. Any precept to it.
I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds.
Right, so the Lord going to cut off all these cities through what? Economic crash. He's going to cut off all the strongholds, like what? The churches, these clubs, the wine and liquor, the wine and spirits from every corner in our neighborhoods. All these, the media, you know, the jobs. He's going to cut off all the strongholds, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
And I will cut off witchcrafts.
Cut off Walmart. They be selling all the costumes.
Verse 12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand.
Yep, so the Lord going to cut off witchcraft out of their hand, meaning they ain't going to have no power to do it no more.
And thou shalt have no more soothsayers.
All right, and they're going to have no more soothsayers, man. They ain't going to have no more leaders. These are like soothsayers now. All right? They ain't going to have no more of their astrologers. You can't read your damn astrology. All right, what's the fortune for the day?
No more waking up in the morning reading horoscopes.
Horoscopes, that's what I mean, yeah.
You shall breathe the day. Oh, man, they know me.
Yeah, ain't going to be no more fortune cookies.
None of that.
That's right, man.
It says, verse 13.
Yeah, the Lord about to destroy all the witchcraft in America, man. Especially Halloween. How you doing? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites. God's chosen people. Go ahead, brother.
It's verse 13. Thy graven images also will I cut off, thy standing images out of the midst of thee.
Right. They want to take down Kanye West wax figure, but they ain't take down any damn monuments yet. They ain't take that shit down. But the Lord gonna destroy all of it. All right.
And thou shalt.
Yep. They're gonna destroy their standing images and their system. as well.
And thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands.
That's right. They're not going to be worshiping their money. They're not going to be worshiping idolatry and the crosses and everything they built up for these religions. Man, look how much idols they have produced and made for money, all throughout the stores, all throughout the factories, and so much idolatry upon this earth, man. Especially here in America, it's called the melting pot. We got so many different cultures, so many different idols that they serve and they worship. All right, they made a fortune off of it, man. You go into some of these stores, it's like the whole store is like a Santeria candles.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing but demons behind that.
Verse 14. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
Right, man. So the Lord is going to execute that vengeance upon the heathen, such as they have not heard, man, that they can't even imagine, according to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Let's end it with Deuteronomy 18 and 9, all the way to 12. Yes,
this is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Right, man. The Lord hates Halloween, man. The Lord hates all these holidays that's coming up. All right? So repent. Don't do it. You know what I mean? He despises, he hates their feast days, man. Why? Because they're keeping the feast days after the customs of the heathens. All right? So the Lord hates it. He's angry with the wicked every day. He's going to send missiles on this place and destroy this place, man. So you got to repent. You got no choice. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans can't run for long. All right? Somebody ended with this one, Deuteronomy 18 and 9.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Right, man. So, yep. The Lord said we're not supposed to learn to do after the abominations of any of these nations, man. And that's what they're doing. Clearly, these holidays that they're celebrating go back to Europe. In Europe, the Europeans, Esau got them from the Hamites and the Assyrians and the Egyptians, which were Hamites. All right? Go ahead, brothers.
Verse 10.
Right.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Right. So, no abortions. All right? Passing through the fire. Go ahead.
Or that useth division, or an observer of times, or an enchanter.
You don't want nobody that uses division, divination, that deal with spirits, and demons and shit. You don't supposed to talk to people like that. All right? Satanists, that's what they're into. And diviners of spirits. They say, what else? What's the next one?
Observer of time.
Observer of time. That's their horoscope. Astrologers. You're not supposed to deal with them. That goes into that Egyptology mess with Sarniga and them, or Lawatazar. All right, go ahead.
Or an enchanter.
Or an enchanter. Somebody's enchanter, somebody that be chanting and shit. How many, the voodoo is, speaking in tongues, right? And putting spells on people, like I'm gonna put a voodoo spell on you and shit like that. What they call it in the South, roots. Yeah, or they say a charmer.
A chanter or a witch.
Or a witch. All right, and they also got a charmer as well. People that believe in lucky charms. The rabbit's foot. Stuff like that. Or a witch. All right? Superstitious. We're not supposed to deal with none of that. Huh? Gypsies? Yeah. That's right, man. So we ain't supposed to deal with none of that gypsy stuff either. All right? Yeah, the gypsies, a lot of them are in West Virginia. They travel around different hotels and stuff like that. They leave Bibles there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be like the Gypsy Bible, whatever they call it. It's stupid, man. Yeah, they had that too. They had it there. It's like the Gypsy Bible. Yeah, man, they must have witches. They some witches, man. That's where you get that whole dreadlock stuff from, the gypsies. All right, and Sam Hyan. They come from them. Let's keep going.
Verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consult.
Or a charmer. That's what I'm saying. Or a charmer, right? That's people that's into charms. Go ahead.
Or a consult.
What's that witchcraft show called? Charm, right? Come on with it. Yeah, go ahead.
or a consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
Right. So we're not supposed to deal with that. And so Saul went against the law. All right. And people that's doing this today, they're still going against the Lord's laws, man. All right. And they're making the Lord angry. He's angry with the wicked every day. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
Period, man. And the Lord said he changed not. So even to this day, they're walking around and they're an abomination to the Lord, man. Whatever they do, they're taking the covering, but not of the Lord's Spirit. All right. In these churches for Halloween, right? That's skeleton for health class. All right. You know, he wearing that for Halloween. He know it. That way he took off. Go get it. He took off quick. But yeah, man. So he said they're abomination to the Lord, man. Even to this day, man. All right. So we ain't falling for it. We have not get vain fables. We have not taken heed to fables. Something like that. Paul said it. It was great, man. Yeah. Yeah, come on, look at that. Look at that one, yeah. Wow, 1 Timothy 4:7. Look at that one. Somebody got it? Yep.
I got 1 Timothy 4:7, you say?
Yeah, come on.
All right, this is 1 Timothy 4:7. But refuse profane and old wives' fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness.
There you go, man. All right, and 2 Peter 1:16. We end with that. But if you have this truth, then this is what you're a part of, man. You ain't falling for the fables and the lies and the mythology and the mysticism. You know? We believe the true story about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his spiritual power, man. And he's all powerful.
1 Peter
Right.
1:16.
Yeah, man. We don't need to deal with Halloween and none of that.
1 Peter 1:16. For we have not followed cunning devised fables.
Right. These are cunningly devised fables, man. They took these stories from pagan idols and they've crafted the stories to fit sweet little like candy or Satan claws. They try to make them look like a jolly red giant that just sneak into your house, which is breaking and entering. And that's what Santa Claus do, right? Break into your house, you steal your cookies, drink the milk. You ain't gonna leave no milk, which is germs. Taking his cookies, I ain't worrying about your children may need cookies. See what I'm saying? That's the spirit of a thief. All right?
And coming in secretly.
And secretly. Can't fit down the damn chimney. Like, come on, man. Really? You know? So so they try to cover it up. So they cunningly devise, man. So they can get people to spend their money, to keep people asleep, and have a false sense of celebration, a false sense of freedom, a false sense of victory when they win it with the sports. They ain't winning nothing. All right? Go ahead. Just because your sports team wins, that doesn't mean you win. That's the deception. All right? The Negro, Latino, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. The Lord himself is a black man. He's about to return. His name is Yahushua. America's going to get destroyed. And the Lord said, though hand join in hand with the wicked shall not be go unpunished. Can't stop it. All right? Eve want to cover the serpent, protect him.
2 Peter 1:16.
Yep.
For we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Right, man. Those fables over here, we not following Halloween. That's right. Halloween is the devil's day. Did you know that? Anybody? No? Anybody? Nope. Nobody cares. Cool. Go ahead.
When we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
That's right, man. Yahushua is about to return, man. That's right, brother. Yahushua is about to return. We've been waiting for it. They've been waiting for it during the civil rights movement, freedom. All right. But the Lord really offering that now. All right? That's right, brother. We almost out of here, man. But we got work to do. We got responsibility. That's right, man. All right, we can't walk up a hill by mistake. It got to be intentional.
But we're eyewitnesses of his majesty.
Right, man. That's right. We're eyewitnesses. That means we were there. And we're witnessing the Lord's work. We're witnessing the prophecies. We're witnessing the Lord bring these devils down, man. All right, of his majesty. His majesty, meaning he's royalty, a king. Yahweh. All right, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, man. So we're going to end it there, man. This is an open rebuke on this pagan time of year, man, because this whole end of the year, they're going to be pushing nothing but paganism. You're going to see Jake out there in the spirit like this. Like it's a sense of urgency all of a sudden. What are you doing? Consuming. Buying shit. I'm going to steal something tomorrow so I can buy some more. I'm going to sell my damn soul tomorrow. Get some more. That's what they're doing. All right, they'll run you over in the store. Like, yo, what's the alarm, bro? Goodness, man.
Think about it. Go to the store during the eve of any of these folly days and watch how Jake be acting.
I was going to say, get your patience. Second, what's that? Sirach. Prepare thy soul for temptation, man. For trials, man. You gotta have patience in this time, man. Have patience. Don't knock nobody's head off. Don't freak out and go crazy, man. Just be very patient and just walk the line and wait on the Lord and know that He is power. All right. And those that don't repent, they're gonna be destroyed. All right, sister. We see you. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, man. We're gonna say Kal.
Allah.
Allah.
La.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahushua. Bahashem. Ha. Rakah. Kudah. Mama.
Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders that taught us this truth. And shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that still believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. And Yahweh Ratazah, we'll be saying that on the chariot someday. You know? Hey, we believed in sincerity and truth, and now we're here together. You know what I mean? Hey, shalom.
Shalom. Yes, sir. Y'all up.